Strap in and light up, because you're back for another wild ride with three guys and sometimes Bob, the only podcast where laid-back chat meets high-voltage chaos. We're broadcasting from our legendary Lounge of Legends, where cigars, questionable theories, and far-fetched stories are all on the menu. Enter a world where the ashtray might just hold the meaning of life. And we casually mix world-saving ideas with debates about which 80s action star could survive a zombie apocalypse. You never know. Bob might show up today, or he's off wrangling unicorns because, Bob, whether you're here for the offbeat wisdom or the absolute nonsense, we promise to keep you on your toes. Get ready for absurd tangents, profound epiphanies, and the occasional argument about why one of us thinks pineapple belongs on pizza, brought to you by, well, nobody really except maybe that one guy who dropped a cigar here once and never came back. Welcome to the madness, friends. This is Three Guys and Sometimes Bob.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
That was Miss Swift, or Miss
Swift?
Kelsey, or whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think they're kind of. He looks gay now. Have you seen that picture? Have you seen that picture?
He's always kind of looked gay with that porn staff.
No, but he had the full thing, and then they showed him with the fucking Gilligan hat and shit like that.
But the thing is, he was banging her.
Well, again, but all her songs are about choosing wrong people.
Right. Well, there you go. Hey, look, it's Bob.
Bob is back. So
He got done wrangling unicorns.
And we want to thank Miss Swift for doing our intro. She got up early, or somebody in her likeness did. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know.
But yeah, so she was not aware that Bob is back today.
Right.
Bob's been gone for a couple weeks. That was
pre-recorded.
It was pre-recorded. Yeah, as of
we don't
5
know
a.m.
Bob is going to be there until he shows up.
Bruise right here.
Well, that probably from that. Who knows what
the
you
unicorn?
Did. That unicorn that was doing something in a corner booth somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that could be. Yeah. So so we got Bob back today, but no Roy.
No Roy.
Roy, what's Roy doing?
Roy's over on the coast with brother Jimmy.
On our coast or California coast?
Our coast.
Okay.
Yeah, they grab trailers and.
Is he moving the summer residence home?
Yeah, the summer cottage left Crescent City and is traveling
on its way back to Merlin or Hugo or whatever.
Via Astoria, I think.
Oh shit!
They took Jimmy took his trailer all the way up. Well, they're caravanning.
They're doing the I-5 or the I-101 or whatever it is.
The I-101.
The I-101, whatever we call that.
I won.
You won. Yes, you did, Bob. So. But Bob's here, so yeah. So
and I have a thank you. While I was gone, I was listening to the ones I have missed, and I have now decided that
we're fucking idiots.
No,
he knew that already.
Oh,
he knew
okay.
that. Yeah, that's not. He didn't have to decide that. So
I changed my mind on ever wanting to pet a panda.
Oh, pandas, yeah.
No, koalas.
Oh, koalas.
We haven't got into the pandas yet.
Do we need to look into pandas?
I don't know. They're
apparently tortoises too. I don't know if we talked about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
okay,
you did. You covered the entire.
Because I went to dinner at
Panda Express.
No.
Actually, they got
Matsukaze's.
Oh well, did you have panda there?
No, I didn't. Well, I don't know if I did or not. I thought I had a frickin' steak, but no.
Matsukaze's?
Yeah, the waitress Sarah, who used to work at the golf course, you know.
Oh yeah. Tall blonde.
Yeah, we were talking about her about that. I brought that up because that's what I do. And she's got a tortoise at home. She's like, "Oh yeah, I think tortoise." I'm like, so as I was leaving, I told her, "You need to go on Amazon right now and get you some tortoise condoms."
I don't know what those are.
They're okay, condoms. You know what condoms are?
Yeah, I know what condoms
and you know what a tortoise is.
I do.
Can you put the two together?
No.
Okay, well you don't have to, but she has a tortoise, and I'm like, okay, so don't fuck your tortoise, is what I was getting at.
Right.
And
well,
she
I
said,
was kind of following that a little bit.
And she also said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna even Google that on my phone because she's wise to the ways of
Michael
and the world. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. So again, we want to.
Oh, there's my father-in-law.
Oh. Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
All right. right, and he brings me money too. Well, not really.
Well, he brought you a piece of paper that resembles money.
Peace money. Yeah.
Piece money.
Piece of paper. Okay.
All right, thanks, Dad.
Okay.
See you later.
So that's where we are now. So, anyways, big stuff going on.
We'll do it. Let's talk about it.
And that's kind of what took me a little bit longer to get here today, was that Iran launched a shit ton of missiles at Israel. I was watching it on TV.
They just launched it right when I was walking out of the house.
Yeah, just
and
this
that was
morning.
at 10 o'clock.
Just this morning.
Yeah.
So
they launched a lot more.
They launched, somebody said like 300.
Yeah. And they saved all the good ones for this one.
Apparently, no casualties. They say, because Israel's got that Iron Dome defensive.
Well, they're not using that.
No.
No.
What are they shooting them down with? Because they shot down all of them, basically.
With jets, and they got
drones.
The Hand of David. I think they have another defense other than that one. Oh shit!
Oh, grab your shit. Grab your shit. The unofficial sponsor, Casablanca, Andy Beta, is here. Also mad that his name's not on the frickin' logo. He's got to show up like 4 more times before he gets on the logo, I think. So.
I'll see the news when I get home, but nothing has popped up on.
Yeah, we were just bringing up the and I'll wait till Andy gets mic'd up here so he can actually.
Hey, I did buy something on the Temu.
The Temu. Was it Tortoise Condoms?
No, it wasn't Tortoise Condoms.
Did you have a pre-purchased credit card so you don't get fucking robbed? That's what I'm always afraid of.
PayPal.
No, PayPal. Well, I don't know if that's any safe.
Oh, yeah.
No, because PayPal, all you got to do is complain and they just reverse it. They're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, no problem.
No, PayPal's great.
I did find a Bluetooth.
Like with the fucking microphone?
Yeah, with the fucking microphone.
The fucking Janet Jackson microphone?
Yeah, the Janet Jackson with headphones.
Okay, so 6 months from now it'll come in?
No, it'll be here next week.
But we only got one Bluetooth connection.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we do. We only have one.
Okay.
So we can get that and whoever's on it, but then if we want to talk to Saf, somebody's getting cut off. That's the thing. Yeah.
Right. So crazy thing. I always park out front and I park in the back today. And
you went into the back door?
You went to the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you roll.
Good for you.
I've been hanging out with Mike quite a bit, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Shit rubs off on you, They say you are who you hang around with, right?
Well, hence the word rub off. But
anyway,
whatever.
So the parking lot's kind of empty, and there's like some homeless guy just hanging out in this freaking convertible.
You better be
Corvette.
Cool.
Out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is he doing? Taking a shit on the seat out there?
Yeah, probably. More than likely.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good though. because they're part of the community.
So when I do catch them going out there, I'm going to ask them if they got right with Jesus first.
Okay.
So are you? Is God?
Because you're about to meet him. You're about to meet him. You're about to meet him.
And if he says yes, I go good. Tell him I said hi.
That's right. That's right. You do have a Corvette. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I also on the things we just went through the whole.
It takes balls though. I mean, you just leave it out. I'm like, it's not like it's a 4x4 Jeep that you kind of get.
It's
I can literally I don't even need to step high to get into that.
Yeah, you can just step over it.
Step over. I'm in. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think that also gives it a level of people are like, that's too easy.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Minus the security system that's in it.
But whatever, because realistically, car alarms go off all day long.
Yeah.
Well, not mine.
Well,
but they do.
But yeah,
I know it's mine because I hit the pocket button.
But anyway, so we just Andy just showed up here. Casablanca Coffee and Grill,
unofficial
Grants Pass,
sponsor
Oregon, unofficial sponsor. 3 guys, not on the T-shirt yet. Got to get like four more. You want a beverage?
We can't have sometimes Bob and maybe Andy.
No, fun fact. I said that earlier today. It's the exact same thing. So
maybe that might have to be something.
Where's the third guy today?
Roy is traveling.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was talking about that the last time I was here.
Yeah. He's on the big road trip with his brother Jimmy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Caravanning up Highway 1.
Highway 1 or the
North?
101. Yeah, they're going up to Astoria, and then they'll shoot across, and he likes it up there.
You ever spend any time Pacific City?
I've been by it, but never even drove into it. They got a great brewery right there.
Did you know? You don't drive by it. That's the whole thing. And I've been up
It's
to Astoria.
it's off the highway. You got to drive to it.
The one goes up. And it's just, you're along the ocean, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes in, and then you go up through the mountains, and you come out, and you're at, Lincoln City, and all that, in Astoria, or maybe it's Astoria, but I think it's maybe north of Lincoln. Anyway, I never knew it existed.
Yeah, because the 101 curves around it, and you end up in the brush and the mountains and shit. Yeah. Pacific City's sitting down there on the beach, and there's a brewery.
It is.
I think it's Pelican.
Pelican Brewery.
Pelican Brewery's right. I mean, it sits on the beach.
So I was.
Yeah.
So I'm married 12 years, and
well, congratulations.
All in a row?
Yeah. And my wife was
to the same person.
Yeah, believe it or not. Well, I mean, we call it married. I mean, may as well be roommates at this point. But the
welcome to my world.
I'm using her terminology. It's loose. You know, I love my wife. Don't get me wrong. So she plans this trip for our honeymoon because she was still in college. We couldn't really take away and be gone for a long time. We needed to be around, and so we had like a week, and we went at all these different places up the beach that you'd never stay if you're locals. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we played the Wild Springs Guest Habitat in Port Orford. It's
never heard of it.
Some. You know,
it's you and the squirrels.
I mean, my wife was talking to the owner, and it's like these little houses that they have up through the mountains, and then they have this this meeting place up in the center. Okay. You go up and have a little. It's like a little house up there, and you meet there, and they have like a.
Was there Buddhist monks up there?
It could have been.
Could have been.
Definitely had the feel.
Did you fuck her up there?
It was.
I mean,
honeymoon for crying out loud.
But you fucked every fucking square inch of that property. Yeah.
That's the last time he fucked.
Up at the central cabin, you ate, and then they had this hot tub that was down here, and it's on the other side.
So that's where you fucked.
Other side of the road from the freeway. So the one's here, and then the beach, and it's okay.
So is there one hot tub for the
We're across the road from the. What's that?
There's one hot tub
for the whole. Yeah, it's like a general one, but I mean there wasn't
like a community thing.
It's a community bucket.
So, and it was cool because they went and
it's like egg drop soup in there. Anyways, so go ahead.
So they cut the V in the trees, and then the hot tubs sit there, so you can see the ocean and the sunset.
That's nice.
Absolutely.
It was just cool. But like my wife was talking to the lady, she goes, "What cabin do you want to stay in?" And my wife says, "Well, which is your favorite?" And she's like, "Oh, well, that's like asking which child is your favorite." You know, they're all
the youngest one. The youngest one. The second one is always
each one had its own personality. You know, each one was set up in a different thing. I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy. But it was actually super cool. And we stayed anyway. It was all these different spots up through there. And one of them was Pacific City, which I never knew existed.
Yeah. Have you ever stayed in Garibaldi?
Garibaldi, no, I haven't.
Isn't that's the state fish of California, Garibaldi.
No. Garibaldi, yeah.
That's where
the train starts.
Yep, that's where the wife is
going. The train?
Yes.
The wife and her...
Lincoln
City.
Yeah, Lincoln City, yeah.
Yeah, so they're leaving Thursday morning.
On a train?
Well, there's a train ride there.
Yeah, my sister's done they do a Christmas train up there.
Where the fuck does it go?
Doing that.
I mean,
up the coast and then down the coast.
Yeah.
So like a 20-minute thing? I mean, once you're in Lincoln City, how much coast left you got?
We've done that. We've camped in Garibaldi and then took the dinner train.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So it's a dinner trip. So you're not sleeping on the train. It's one day.
They do have daily, hourly ones that go up to. I forgot what the next town up north is, where the Grumpy's Diner is in.
It's got to be Lincoln City or
something. But it's about a half-hour ride. You get out, walk around. But the dinner train takes an hour and a half to go all the way up, and an hour and a half to come
Is it
down.
good food? They serve you food on. I mean, it's a dinner train, so you get food on the train.
I saw that they have changed it to something else because you didn't go there for the food. You went because you went along
the experience.
The experience. So they must have.
So you got chicken nuggets and shit like that.
No, you got other stuff, but nothing. Nothing I would.
You wouldn't go to. You don't go there for the food and just tolerate the train ride.
Right.
You go there for the train ride, and tolerate the food.
Right. But they have renamed it to something else so that
I don't know.
Fucking Onion Ring Express,
the wife and her sister and mother and her cousin are all leaving Thursday
to go on the Onion Ring Express.
Right. So they're going to get up there and they're going to have a family ladies
a lady's week,
right?
Whatever
Weekend, or
they're out of your hair, so that's all that matters.
yeah. She's like, I wish I were going. I'm like,
no, you don't.
No.
I mean, you do. I don't.
I mean, sure, I would go if it was just me and you, but you're spending time with your family, and that's and as she
and I want to stay married to you.
Yeah.
Because I really actually like you.
and-
We want to
she is
still get
so-
along. So yeah,
And she is so stinking busy right now. I mean, the mortgage world's been great.
Yeah.
because that half point
Right,
freaking whatever.
it's all coming down.
Did it really? Did it
It made
spike
an
things up
impact.
for it? Good.
It made an impact.
So G's getting a new Corvette next week is what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
I'm glad
he's
that-
got one. He's got one on the shopping list at the Chevy
I want
freaking
his wife's
website.
car over the Corvette. The wife's car is beautiful. So I went out and like, what? And
Oh,
she's
the
like,
Beamer?
and I didn't expect her to, women drive nice cars. My wife's a car person, so
Yeah.
I get it, but most of
I
them
like
aren't.
her-
And your wife starts getting into the specs, and she starts telling, I'm like, I just said nice car,
Yeah.
but she's like, oh, this is not. I'm like, oh, man, I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah,
And
no, she's like,
and she
she's like,
drives it 2 miles a day.
Well, I would love
Yeah.
to sit and talk to her
Yeah.
and go actually go through the car, but like I was walking out, I'm like, "What are you driving?" I'm like, "Oh, because kind of it's very low key."
Yeah.
And then you see the badging, I'm like, "What the?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
like
it's-
there's not many of those.
yeah, that's a fucking.
No.
It's the only one in town.
Yeah.
It's the race
Yeah.
car.
At first, I thought it was a Jaguar, and
Yeah, it's kind of Jaguar.
Jaguar.
It
but
is,
'cause I
it is.
kinda
That
saw
kind
the
of
grill.
shape, yeah.
I just kind of pieced it because it was in between the cars, and I gotta go. Like I'm picking my son up from school or something, and I'm like, "What are you? Oh my, what? Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wild car.
Yeah.
But I like
And
our
Tiffany's
8 Series
talking
better.
compression ratios and shit like that, that kind of thing, because that's the Horban
That gets
family.
a 4-to-1
That's the
in here.
Horban
Let's get on
thing,
it.
That's yeah.
0 to 60 in 1.2.
Yeah, I think we got one more year left on
That's
that
your lease, yeah.
And then we'll see what the next one's going to be.
It's going to beat another
Leases
one
are
of the
best
same thing.
I mean, leases. I almost
For
leased.
business owners, it is the best.
I was
thing.
going to lease. I started looking into before I
Your
bought my
trucks.
trucks and all this other stuff. But I was going to go lease a Lincoln Navigator Black. I don't know if you heard when they first came out.
Oh,
the
yeah.
new body style, and it was like. Yeah,
Did like the fucking CIA
and then it's
edition,
like,
yeah.
And it's the black, and I mean, it's like 37-way massaging seats, and it's also all tufted and
Right,
stitched
right.
and crossed. I'm mean, this thing is. I'm looking. I'm like, oh. I look into it, and it was like $10,000 down and $1,200 a month you could lease option on the thing. I'm like,
for
what?
3 years or whatever.
Yeah. And so they had one down at Mox, and it wasn't the black. It was like 2 levels below the black, but
It was the
still-
white.
It was still
It's
off.
white.
Yeah.
It's a white. It was not
Which
G
that doesn't
enough.
really
It was
make
not
right.
G enough.
That's
know.
not politically correct, right? It should be the white should be the highest level.
Well, hey, it's the world that we live in
The
now.
black's
We are-
entry level.
well, in
you
Grants
know.
Pass- Grants Pass,
the brown
Oregon.
is the
Hey,
medium level. Then white is
no.
the top level.
Equality. Remember, there's equality now.
Okay,
It's the DEI edition. That's what you got to do. It sort of goes from light brown to black. It's sort of it's got a wrap on it. It's you can't go with that. But
I can have
but
story
it
for that,
does
but I'm not
have a
calling
lot of gold in the middle.
Yes.
The grill is all gold.
Gold grill.
Got the gold grill. And it's got the fucking
Dude, speaking of
subwoofers.
that, I bowled with a guy, and he's a cool dude, but white dude. I wanted to call him Swim Shady.
Was it Tim? He had one gold tooth.
Oh no,
right?
this fucker, he had a gold grill,
The whole grill.
and he was a white
In
dude.
Grants Pass, Oregon.
In Grants Pass,
At the
And
bowling alley.
nicest guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I would
But-
say mid-30s, but he was kind of thuggish, but he was super super cool and nice. I'm like, I just wanted to call him Swim Shady.
My buddy has a tree service thing here, and he had a tooth that it went bad. And so
Yeah,
he had him yank it out, and so he was toothless. He had one missing tooth, and this guy.
So he was
He
average.
looks like he's
Cave Junction?
He looks like he's. I mean, he looks like he's a normal white guy, right? But everything's paid off. He's got a lot of cool cars. I mean, he's got everything's been paid off for years.
He's working his ass
He's
off
been
his
single,
whole life.
yeah, and he has no kids. So
Oh,
he
that-
has,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so he has all
Shit.
those boys
He's got fuck you money. Yeah, he's got fuck you money. Yeah.
But you'd never know it the way he lives because he's a tree guy and he has his heavy equipment and he
Right.
digs graves, and stuff. So he's
Tree
like,
guy that
he's like,
digs
I'm waiting for my
graves.
tooth. Wait till I get my tooth. And the son, I mean, he's this white, he almost looks like Joe Dirt kind of thing, but and he comes over and he's
Deer
and he
tank.
got the one big gold tooth, and he fucking
He's
thinks
fucking-
this
yeah.
thing.
He needs to have a diamond put right in the
No,
middle
put
of
in
it.
the middle of
What
it.
are
Yeah.
you? I said, Tim, what are you? And he's all his girlfriend there. I'm like, Tim, what are you doing? He's like, it's the funniest thing ever.
How old is he?
Oh,
30s?
No, he's in his mid 50s.
Oh, he's old then.
he's
Yeah,
older than
so he's
I.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid 50s. Yeah,
Youngster.
my age.
So, anyways, back to Iraq
Anyway,
and
so
Iran.
so no, not Iraq.
I mean, Iran and,
Iraq is old news. Yeah, Israel. So yeah, I was, and that's what sort of I was hanging out at Casablanca earlier, and watching the TV, and they put it on, and it was like they're launching frickin' 2,000 missiles or some shit. Not 2,000, but 100 or 12 or whatever.
I started looking at it. I'm like, okay, wait a second. None of them got through. They all got shot down. So what are they trying
was
to
not-
do?
no,
That's
it's-
all
it's-
instigated by the United States, the CIA. They just like, oh, shoot some missiles over there, but don't shoot these missiles because shoot these missiles at this time so we can shoot them down. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Why
No,
would they form an
it's-
attack knowing what their missile defense system can handle and just shoot missiles over there? Seriously.
To me, it's
To bring us all
Well,
to our
they're
knees.
working-
It's going to
they're-
be World War III. We can't have Donald Trump in the office. He's going to cause the World War. No, bullshit.
But what is Biden saying?
Nothing.
Yeah,
He didn't say anything.
no, he's monitoring.
He
He's
said-
monitoring. He's in the situation of monitoring.
He said, "Don't
"Don't do it.
a couple months ago.
Don't get the Fritz and
Don't.
chips
Yeah, don't do it."
at Sizzler because the Sizzler's not known for fish and chips."
But well, it's a good thing that
I don't know if he
that
actually
they're-
said that, but-
that they're actually handling it, and that's great. They're working on volume.
Well, I think that
They're making profit up on volume by shooting 300 more.
So no, but my thing is that Iran has always been the bully in the region because they can. Because they've always had Syria, they've always had Hezbollah, they've always had everybody else fighting their battles.
But when
So
when,
now
when
that-
does
now
it come
that-
that,
well-
when's the offensive come where
And that's
Israel starts firing off their
That's-
fucking missiles?
so that's what
Yeah,
I
let's
was
see
about
what
to say before you interrupted me, G.
I'm sorry.
That
Hey, what if- what if Israel-
Daddy's talking now. Daddy's talking. So
This is bullshit.
so anyways,
You're always talking. What do you
Yeah.
We have to talk over you if we want to get a word in.
there is that, and I will secede to that.
I think Bob was going to make a comment.
But he will wait till
He
I'm
probably
done.
forgot
He will
it.
wait till I'm done.
Bob's laughing
So,
too
but
hard
my
to make a
my
comment.
thought is that okay. So,
When are the Germans going to get into it, Bob?
the Germans are.
We're staying the fuck out.
Dude, they have no reason to. But okay. So Israel.
You know they're working
fucked
behind
up,
the scenes. They never gave up.
Israel fucked up Hezbollah's total chain of command with
Right.
the
Yeah.
explosive cell phone pager incident
Which was
a few weeks ago.
fantastic.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Genius.
That's fucking ninja. We talked about it the last
Yeah,
week,
that-
but Bob wasn't here, so we
Probably
talked
some
about that.
007
quite-
shit
I
right
heard-
there.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. That's okay. Again, I said it last week, and I know that because I uploaded last week's to this morning at 4 a.m. or whatever. So I got to see the thing, but
Isn't it supposed to be uploaded the same day?
no, it's not.
Next day.
I
Should we just- why don't we live?
I
It
schedule.
should be
No, I
live.
scheduled it a week ago. Oh no, we're gonna do live. So anyways,
Live would be
so
fun. I don't know how, but
we're gonna be at
do it.
Boatneck. We're gonna be at Boatneck at the Brewfest live this year.
Oh,
So anyways, so that's
have a
in
mic for
Memorial
me.
Weekend. But
oh yeah, Memorial Weekend. I have lots of time Memorial Weekend.
yeah, you
Yeah.
got nothing else to do. Come on. But
The parade out front of my house.
but you think that Hezbollah, did they just get new pagers? I mean, how do you
Well,
just
it's
all of a
kinda
sudden
like-
have a pager that they
Yeah.
all explode at
It's
one
the-
time?
It was the
Hold on,
Obama
hold-
phone.
No, I think I
no,
understand.
no,
My brother
no.
was telling me what happened.
No,
they
they-
intercepted.
what-
Let Bob talk. Let Bob talk. Bob's
The-
got some shit.
What happened is Israel got into where they manufacture,
In Hungary,
and Uncle Hezbollah needed X amount of thousands of, and they bought them. So they've had this thing going into their
so this is the
for
long
months.
con. It's
The
a long
long
con.
con.
It's
Oh.
a
Yeah,
long
see,
con.
that's what I thought too, Bob. And then my brother was telling me, and he has his own means of finding information out, but he was telling me that they basically intercepted the truck that was delivering
The pagers.
The pagers, and I thought I heard by to what Bob said that they knew where they came from and that they own the. I thought, well, they own the factory. They've been planning
Fucking
this for
doing the
years,
shit for-
you know?
yeah.
But my brother said that it was actually they intercepted communications that they were getting a delivery of new pagers,
So let's take this
communication
one-
stuff, and they got the convoy over there and took them all and fucking put all these explosives in, then put the convoy back on.
Let me
track
throw,
and
let me
stuff.
throw a little wrench in the
Either
gears
way.
here. What if the CIA was involved?
No, I guarantee they were. Guarantee they fucking were.
I think the CIA is involved in this whole
Anything
bombing scam that's going on right now.
Anything that goes on in the world, the CIA. That's why Kennedy got killed.
Yeah.
Well,
There was that.
The one out
Because Kennedy wanted to get rid. Oh, you just fucking. You know what? Fun
No
fact.
one's gonna
Fun
trust
fact.
Pedro's
Bob,
anymore.
Bob, you came back. Other than what he just did there, I have not seen one fly. Because you're
Because-
afraid. Because you were
No.
supposed to come back with an arsenal of fucking fly swatters.
While you were so delayed in getting here,
You killed them all. I was
Garen
delayed.
and I have killed 30 to 40 flies, and we've cleaned the area.
Okay,
for you.
okay. So, and in my defense, I was at Andy's establishment
Gathering information
gathering
for the show.
information for it, and also talking some older lady into masturbating in their corner booth in the window.
You did?
You didn't see it? Yeah, the one. What's her name? What's her name? I don't know.
I stay out of
She
that one.
did ask me to join her, and I was like,
She is an interesting character.
Yeah,
She's the
so-
one that would like, okay, let's go back to my place, and then and she goes down and takes care of all the business and lets you do your business, and then the next day goes, you raped me. That's the one you want to stay away from. Just so you know. She's
Well, no,
a
I'm just
little
not-
bit nuts.
Good to know, Mike.
okay, so
Just
glad
so you know, Mike.
That's why videotape is important.
Yes.
Well, that's why she was
Yes.
going to be doing her
At
own
least
thing.
audio tapes, so she knows she's
doing
consenting.
doing her own thing in the corner booth because of society could watch through the window as they walked by.
Yeah,
It was her thing, and I'm like, okay, I will encourage that. And did we not have a? Oh, you got it. I'm like that one's broken as shit.
Yeah.
And,
Well, he's an advanced
and
player.
for our whoa. So
There's a brand new one right there.
we got 2 new followers this week
Oh.
also. So in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten 4 more. We're up to 55.
55 double nickels.
Cinco, double nickels. Cinco.
But do we know where they're from?
No idea. But but that one Germany reservation or state or whatever we call them,
Dropped out.
Hesse, they have moved up in the percentage wise, so that we've gained some people in that region.
Probably CIA.
More soldiers showed up from
Probably
Grants
more
Pass.
soldiers, showed up.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks. But we Bob.
Tell your listeners in Germany, thank you, Guten Heimen.
Yeah, guten Tag.
Guten Tag, yes.
But a gute Nacht.
You want one?
Good enough?
No, gute Nacht, because it's
Oh,
night
knock,
over there.
knock. Good knock.
Vodka. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, you're leaving shit on the bottom there.
The ice melted.
Well, I don't know how you guys sucking them down so damn fast.
Well, I sucked it down so fast it melted. That was what was left over after I sucked it down. Earlier, I already sucked it down. And I was sitting in the sun glaring down. You always get the shade over there. You're smart. You're there early.
Well,
So
I wasn't going to make it. I have a big catering this weekend. I've got a bunch of events. I've got another one tomorrow night, a private event. I'm actually at Safeway right now.
oh, okay. Well, that's a big ass fly right there too.
Safeway has flies.
In a cigar lounge. Imagine that.
Are your houses infested with flies?
Yep.
Bro.
God, they're fucking nuts.
I don't ask my wife to do anything, ever. Like even
Like
if I
kill
need her-
flies?
even if I need help with something, I don't ask her to do anything because it just avoid that, argument or conversation, right? And you cut away, Bob. That was failure. Yeah.
Well, then how do you supposed to look here?
Well, they're
But
not
we
so
have-
bad now, but
she decided to get kittens.
oh right.
While I was out of town for a day.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
And so she gets the kittens and she gets the stuff. And then we have the dogs, and I'm getting ready to redo the grass that I planted a couple years ago because the dogs had destroyed it all and dug through it. So I'm redoing. I redid the landscaping down there so the dogs have a place if they want to dig a hole, they can dig a hole. I have my grass and everything. And so, but it's full of dog duty. She hasn't cleaned it up and this. And my house is infested with flies. And so she was gone for 4 days camping, and I kill all the flies. There's no flies in the house. I mean, it's so bad. when I turn on my projector and the light, from the projectors there, they're like swarming. They're like swirling. You know what I mean? They're not like you see one here and one there. They're like, there's like 20 of them like in a swarm.
Right, it's like LaGuardia Airport.
Yeah, I said this. So finally, one morning I'm up there and I'm a little tired and grumpy, and I got rid of all the flies, and I'm gone. And she's back for like 2 days, and my house is infested with flies again because I've got the cat box now, and I've got the dogs outside.
The kids are running in and out of the door.
Kids are leaving the door open because I have a bounce house out front, so they never close the door, and they do thing. And I'm like, dude, listen. You need to get the dog duty cleaned up, get the thing, and get rid of these flies. I mean, like, I just kind of was angry with it. Like, can you please just get the flies? I don't care if the house is a mess, just get the flies out of here. So sure enough, she got the vacuum. I came home and the house was all cleaned up, and the flies were all gone, and it was one or two. And I was like,
you need to get the fly stands that they buzz around and they stick themselves to it.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, they got them at Weimar. They work like a jam.
I'll get the stands. I'll have to look at Weimar.
Yeah,
I got some of those. I got the little, because I had them for my work in the back room. I hang up the storage room. I'd hang up the fly strips. So I hung up one of those, but I only got like 4
Yeah, no, you don't want to do the fly trap indoors. Let me show you the picture of the one that I used.
But yeah, they're horrible. And so anyway, this is what. Karma comes back. So she's gone for 4 days, and I've got the kids alone, and we've got activities planned.
Those right there, Andy.
Okay, yeah.
They got them at Weimar.
Yeah, I'll go get them.
And they're like $3 a piece, and they will fucking collect flies.
I'll get some.
Yeah.
So she's gone, and next thing I know, I look around, I'm like, God damn it, it's full of flies again. And I can't blame her for it anymore. I got the same problem.
You're out in the country, right?
We're just up on a hill, but yeah.
But you got livestock around?
No,
or
I
anything?
used to have goats, but the cougar got them.
Okay.
So I have two big dogs and like 7 cats.
Yeah, sometimes
two indoor cats and the rest are outdoor. But yeah. I don't know where the cats came from. They're all like lived around there, and then my wife started feeding them.
Well, sure, they become yours.
5 or 6 raccoons, a couple skunks, all that.
Yeah, you can kill all those.
You get a couple more, you can have like
a pet sanctuary.
Oh, it's coming. I have my wife. She wants to move out to the property in 33 acres, and she wants to
right on the river
it is
too.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah,
you went out there one time.
That sounds horrible.
I've not been out there yet.
That's the one on the Applegate, right?
Yeah, right on the Applegate. Like how many foot?
It's like a quarter mile.
Quarter mile of
Oh yeah. You said it's right there at the bridge and
from the bridge all the way to
North
12.
Applegate Road.
Yeah. So basically, there's there's a farmland right at the bridge that it's wide and it narrows out. So they probably have.
It's wide and narrows out.
That's the one I'm going to go kill. That I'm going to sneak on and kill geese on.
Yes, my property has geese. Yeah, you can get all the geese you want. But they have like
permission.
30 yards from the bridge to the end of their property is like 30 yards, and then my property starts there. So if you look when you come across the bridge going into Murphy, look out to the left. That island out there.
The opposite side of the Fields' property.
Yes, completely. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Same area, but opposite
right
side.
across the river.
Side, there's like a little island out there. I own from the middle of that island down the middle of the river.
So do your neighbors get pissed if you shoot guns and kill birds?
You're in the county. How do you?
What are they going to do?
Well, then exactly. Some people are like really freaked out about that shit.
Then don't live in the frickin' country in Southern Oregon.
I was just going to get some of those. They've got those high-powered, 22 caliber pellet rifles.
You want one? I got one.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to borrow it?
Yeah, I was gonna go buy. I looked them up, and I was gonna go buy one the other day. They had one for sale at Big Five. They did a sale on them, but I didn't get it.
No, I'll be more than glad to go out there during goose season and just eradicate as many.
Wait, on private property, do you got to wait for goose season?
Well, yes, you still gotta.
With a pellet rifle that nobody can hear.
That's a little bit different.
That we're recording right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, you should always follow all state and local hunting laws. That way,
fuck that
homeowner doesn't get upset. That way, you're protected by your licensing.
Okay, first off, there's no home.
Got it. And
the neighbors' homeowners.
I don't think they have homes on there. Is it just land? Do they have the neighbors have? Is there the neighbors the ones by the bridge? They got a house on there.
You have to understand this property. This thing about this property. My wife, she tells me, she goes, we live in a subdivision. And I loved the little house. I could walk down to work. We could walk to downtown. It was off of F Street on the mountains, and it had this walking path all around there. And then you could walk. I'm a mile from downtown, and less
You
than
could
a
stumble
mile.
home from
Yes,
anywhere.
I mean,
yeah, you can stumble
steam,
home.
Steam to my house is like I can hit a driver and hit my house. You know, it's up on Fall Run.
Well, he does drive the ball one way.
I do drive the ball.
But does it go straight?
Yeah. Well,
Well, I mean, it depends. Yeah.
80% of the time.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he has to hook it over the top
Yeah.
of the gospel rescue mission.
Yes.
But he can get there.
There is
I'll
that.
bounce it off the
Yeah.
roof and it gets
Have
there.
that, yeah,
I got,
exactly.
You get the roll. from that.
Exactly, yeah.
But point being is that I love this place, but they ended up, there's this flag lot that was behind me that when I bought it, they weren't supposed to be able to build on that because it was part of the wildlife refuge in this.
Yeah.
And so I thought I was going to have this house, and then the stupid people, all the houses they built ended up having more square footage in their attic than they did in the house because they built these really tall roofs. That was a thing.
Yeah.
And so it took kind of my view of the whole valley away, you know, because the roof in front, I still had it from sides, and then they ended up, somehow or the other, got the lot approved behind me. So then I had somebody behind me. Otherwise, it would have had, I have a quarter acre, but I would have felt like I had like an acre and a half in a subdivision close to town.
Exactly,
And so
yeah.
my wife was like, I feel like I'm in, in a fishbowl. So I want privacy.
You can't
I
run
just
around
wanna
the
be
house
able-
naked and all that kind of
I wanna be able to
bullshit,
take
you know?
I want to go out and take a, lay out naked in the back, and not just before kids.
We don't want to
obviously,
see
right?
that, just to let you know.
Oh yeah, you do.
No,
Yeah, she
no.
was. My body's hot.
Oh, wait.
you don't.
Your
No, we're
wife.
talking about you. We're talking
Not
about
you.
you.
I thought you're
We're
you.
talking about
My
you.
wife
No,
was
no.
saying this. My wife was telling me.
done.
So I remodeled
will
the
lay
house.
out the blanket for her.
I remodeled the house. I sell the house and find this. My brother has this property. It's at the top of the hill, completely private. I mean, basically, the forest came down. It was so bad that I had to clear out, 2 or 3 acres around my property because the forest that came to the house. It was so private, And so I took out, a couple hundred trees and opened it up. But I mean, still had tons of trees.
Is that where their neighbor's car rolled down and
Yes.
you threw it over his fence with your excavator?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
He picked it up with his excavator and threw it back over the fence. So, yeah. I mean, that's fucking gangster right there.
Great
That's
neighbors.
fucking, yeah. Well, it was not somebody was
The
going to.
neighbors were great when I moved
It's not
in.
like they were going to call the police on him. That was those kind of neighbors.
They had an illegal grow up above me, but the people that were there before was this old couple, super cool, Captain and Tennille or something, whatever. That's his name was Captain. They went by
And her
Captain.
name was Tennille. So.
Tennille, yeah.
No, it was like
Yolanda or something.
But
Yeah,
they were a
yeah.
super cool old couple, and then they moved to their house on the coast. He was a fisherman and obviously Captain, right? And so they sold the property to the nephew who puts this illegal grow up there, and he had all these weirdos up there, and somebody had this old like a Ford Courier or something, and he said the brake failed, but it rolled off and it's like because my house is down, it goes up and around, the driveway goes up and around, and then there's a big bank that goes down, and I had a double wide as a rental on the property. And somehow this fucking car comes off the driveway, goes through the corner, and comes down into, and it misses. There's all these trees.
It misses
I
yeah.
I don't know how you'd have to drive it around the trees to get it to not hit a tree. It missed them all. Came right down the bank and went right through the side of this house.
Oh shit!
And I'm at the meantime, I just left, and I'm 2 miles down the road. I'm on my way to Portland to pick up some equipment. I had this whole trip planned, and my wife was gone. She was camping somewhere. She was gone, and I get a phone call from my niece who rents the house. She goes, "There's a car in my house." What the are you talking about? So I turn around. By that time, there's people. She called I don't know if she called the sheriff, and anyway.
There was government folks
So
there.
I came up there and everyone left, and I basically put the fear of God in this guy, and I'm like, all right, fuck this shit. So I came over there, grabbed my excavator, drove it around the corner, picked up the truck, walked it down the driveway, and picked it up and tossed it over the fence.
Hey, you just returning his property.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And yeah, the guy was, my wife had looked him up, and he had warrants from different states.
Yeah, he was not going to complain to anybody. He is not going to complain to
anybody. The owner of the property
anybody.
came up, and he was very, he's trying to keep himself from getting busted and everything. Anyhow, but it was wild. So this is the world I live in. So not only do we yard the car out there of the whole inside of this building, within an hour, there was a water leak because it broke a water pipe. So I fixed the water leak, get the thing going back on, clean up all the mess, patch up the hole in the wall, and I'm back on the road to Portland, and we'll fix it when we get back.
See, that's some boss shit.
That's some boss shit. That's
Dude, that's fucking gangster.
Yeah, that's like-
that's some fucking.
Where does that
And
happen?
tosses a truck over the fence.
And toss the truck over there. We were driving
Dude,
over
why
there.
do you not have video of that shit? Because we can make YouTube money on Andy Beta grabbing a fucking a 1972 Ford Courier, whatever the fuck it was.
It might have been a Ranger.
And just with the fucking jaws of life, throwing it over. Oh, I'm returning your truck because your brake broke.
So the same thing. So we're having problems with these neighbors. So my wife is after that
there was more problems.
So she calls the sheriff and she's trying to talk to him about this grill that they've got going on, the weird people that are coming up there. And we like the guy who owned the place. He's actually a pretty cool dude, but it's the people that are involved.
Right.
No, exactly.
And
his employees.
People, I've numerous times walked down with a gun in my side and talk to people. I'm like, you can't wait here. Like, they're sitting by my fence. My wife calls me from home, like, there's some weird guy sitting by our fence, Yeah. And I walk down, and I'm not pointing the gun at him. I'm like talking to him, and he was super cool. But I was like, I looked down, and I said, look, I'm pointing at the gun in my hand. I'm like, look, people here, they protect themselves. We all protect our property. Yeah. I said, you're better off waiting, because it's a private drive off the county road. I said, you're better off waiting down at that cul-de-sac if you're waiting for. Oh, okay, yes, sir, yes. It's pretty cool. But I was like, numerous times. And then another time, a guy drove up to my gate at I don't remember, it was 11 o'clock at night. I'm dropping off wood at this property. I'm like, fuck you are. I mean, this truck, it had no muffler. Sitting at my gate, he's trying to open the gate, and I walk down there with the full-on assault rifle, and his headlights are on me, and I got the assault rifle off the red dot on his forehead. I'm like, can I help you? He's like, yeah, I'm just delivering some wood. I'm like, the fuck you are delivering some wood?
Did he have wood in his truck?
He's like, I'm looking for 512, and I'm like, the 512. I said, fuck, I don't know where that is, but the sure as fuck isn't here. That's the 300 right there. But I'm like, trying to sound like. Yeah.
And for those listening, especially like in other countries, our German folks that we respect because
Israel.
We got that one guy in Israel.
But it's probably not there now, but
no, there was no casualties.
Oh, okay, good.
So, anyways, but Andy's not a small person to begin with. He's what, 6'12"?
6'4".
6'4".
300 pounds.
About 800 pounds.
6'12", like 7 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's give or take, but whatever.
Michael math.
But whatever, and so then you throw a weapon in his hand, and he's staring at you as you're at midnight in your broken ass fucking truck,
full of wood.
But the dude just wanted to deliver his cord of wood, man.
Yeah. They don't have a fireplace at that house, just so you know. They don't have a fireplace. He's picking up
maybe that
some kind of dry, probably meth.
They got a fire pit. They're trying to make a nice barbecue area for when their friends come over and they have Super Bowl parties.
But I mean, this is the world we live in. So we my wife gets the sheriff up there and she's talking to him and she's trying to explain to him. And he's like, "Well, you're not in the county, but you're not in the city, so it's kind of a state situation."
Well, it's not my problem deals.
No, it's basically exactly. It's like I don't want to do the paperwork.
This is what one of the sheriffs directly said, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but he looks directly.
There's no boundaries
at my
here.
wife, and he says. He looks out front and he sees the excavator and he looks at the property and he goes, well, if you have any problems, he goes, I know Andy and he got an excavator. I said, I think it'll be handled. I go, she's telling me this. I'm going, what? I mean, that's what? Really? Okay.
You got a reputation.
I got carte blanche. To do what I want to do. Is that what he's telling me?
Well, there is that. I mean, sometimes the sheriff just kind of like, handle your own shit.
Yeah.
We got a situation over at our place.
We haven't had any problems with them since. I just say that.
We got over behind the mini mansion that we're tearing out. There's another mobile in there.
Mm.
I'm tearing out the mobile, and we're going to do an.
It's the one next door?
Yeah, the one next door.
Okay. Oh no, that's just not the. So I was driving past there because I had to go this morning and get dog food from the Grange. So I went to Steam. I turned machines on, all the bullshit went on, and I was driving past your place.
Yeah.
And like not the next door, the word you own, right?
Right.
But the next one was some tweaked out looking dude with no shirt on, walking up the driveway. I saw him. So you know
that's
him?
our problem child.
Okay. So I'm like, dude, it's like fucking 52 degrees outside.
So this
you've got no shirt
dug
on.
Holes.
What's that?
I've pre-dug holes.
Yeah. So this kid lives in the mobile behind the mini mansion.
Okay.
And we border that property also, and he is bipolar schizophrenia with meth-induced situation.
Got it.
He was
Stable.
Yeah, stable.
Very stable.
So about let's see.
This is bullshit.
He's been back. He's been back for about 8 months, almost a year now, but he was gone for like 2 years because prior to that, they drug his ass out of there and put him in a mental health.
So rehab worked well for him.
Yeah, and then he was all fine, and when he came back, he was normal, and he wasn't doing crazy shit. Now he's back to doing crazy shit, walking around like that. He dumped out trash cans last week. He's taken our retaining wall because we got a shared easement driveway.
Yeah.
And he knocked all the retaining wall blocks down. We called the
Bring
cops.
back the mental institution.
Oh my God! Please do.
I mean, come on. Last night I
called.
walked out of my restaurant last night. First off, we're closing up, and I was getting a ride by one of the cooks. I dropped my wife had just got back from a trip. I brought the kids down. She took the car home, so I have no wheels. So I'm waiting for everyone to close up and getting my stuff done. And
You could have called me, but I was asleep already.
I hear
so.
this. And we're like, what the? The
At Casablanca?
this knocking sound, this pounding sound. And then we hear this broken, shattering glass and
What?
stuff, And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I look over, and I thought it was the guy next door, because I look to next door to
True Juice.
Torroco.
Oh, Torroco,
Out
that
the front door,
direction,
out the
that
front.
direction,
I look
yeah.
out towards Torroco, and it looks like there's somebody over there, and it looked like it was one of their guys. He was just like maybe like tapping on the tables or cleaning up the tables or
Right.
something. It didn't look like there's anything bad
They
going
got
on.
tables outside?
Yeah, they had some tables
Oh,
outside or
good
something. So I
God.
thought it was about the time that they closed, and I thought he was just maybe knocking some stuff off or cleaning or brushing. So I'm like, whatever, no big deal. And so we walk out, and there's two homeless guys. One guy, I don't know what he was doing. He was apparently drumming on something. And the guy's like, "You're a good drummer." No, he's like, "You're a good drummer." And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he picks up this bag of, he's got it's 5 foot tall of this
Bag of shit.
tent and shit and
Everything he
he's picking
owns.
Up, he's trying to walk away, and glass bottles are dropping and breaking. And I'm standing at this point across the street because I'm riding with one of my employees. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, I need to call the cops, come get him out of here. And then I'm just watching him because I think is he going to camp on my freaking patio? My
Right.
girl's
Yeah,
going to have to deal with that.
exactly,
I'm
yeah.
watching him. The other guy's got his cords plugged into an outlet that's out front of Torroco, trying to charge shit. And
Yeah,
playing music at one point, and then he was, and I'm like, where the fuck are the cops? Like, there's always a cop driving by.
Wow.
I'm on block from the police
The
station,
cop shop.
and they do the circle. I'm a block from the cop shop. They're down there. Where are they going to stop? And I was like, should I call him? I'm like, fuck. So I waited until finally the guy broke 2 bottles when he was trying to grab his shit, and by this time he's down past Dutch Bros, walking up 6th Street or down 6th Street, and the other guy's sitting there still. But I left, and I was just like, because we have the homeless park 2 blocks down the road.
That's the UN camp.
Yeah.
I'm like-
yeah, exactly.
What?
No, and Bob and I
What are
actually
we doing, man?
Bob and I were talking about this earlier. So because I showed him a couple videos, some stuff down on J Street, where like 5 of them got caught, and they were in a belly dump. You know what a belly dump?
Yeah.
You drove.
What were they doing in the belly dump?
Well, they were up underneath it, and there was like 5 or 6 of them in there, and a guy that owns a tractor trailer. They
Hooked up to the belly dump?
No, that wasn't his tractor was there. He was coming to get the belly dump. He had a curtain van there.
Yeah.
They cut the side of the curtain van. Someone was sweeping inside of it. So he walks around, and there's like 5 of them inside this belly dump up underneath the axles of it. And then he's got a fucking, a big torch in his hand like we sell here. Yeah. They're doing math. He's got a pipe style torch. And this guy's going, "What are you guys doing? You're in my trailer, man." "Oh man, we're sorry. We're," and they just scramble like fucking rats down here on J Street, down by Copeland.
Hey, I almost helped out our homeless population the other day. I was about
7.62 or 5.56.
I was about I was about F-150.
F-150, right.
I was about 2 feet from helping out a homeless population in Grants Pass. No, I'm coming off of J Street. I'm pulling into to Copeland's, and I'm meeting John because I'm going to pay for him. I was wanting to pay for him anyway, and I'm coming across. So it's a hard right turn or a hard left turn, whichever
right
way
there.
you're going.
On Mill Street or whatever. Yeah.
If you go straight off a Mill, you go right into their back lot there, and I'm going across. And I go across the road, and I'm just about to go into the entrance, and this guy just walks through with his dog. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Shh." Just this
and of course,
dirty.
he
has a.
And he yelled at you, right?
No, he didn't. He's just kind of like
He was in a fog.
so high. He
He was
just
in
kind of
a
looked
fog,
up.
yeah.
No, like, "Oh, sorry." Oh, he just kind of looked up and
Yeah, the Walking Fucking Dead.
The zombie thing, yeah.
And he starts walking, going. I'm like, fuck it, dude. What am I gonna do? Like, oh, sorry,
You run him over and you kick him to the side and you drive on.
I just go on and park and go back to work.
Pretty much.
What's going on around here, man?
So yesterday, Logger Dan came in, and I was sitting here. He walks in and he's fucking. Dan's just fired up.
Yeah.
He just bent and he kicks the door open. He leaves kicks the weight in front of it, and he's sitting there. He's sitting in that chair, and it's still the same position. And he's watching outside. I go, what's going on? He goes, this motherfucker, homeless piece of shit, comes walking by. I'm getting out of my truck, and he looks at me and goes, and he double flips me off. And I go, why? And he goes, I don't know. He just did it. And then there was like 3 of them over here at the bus station. City council was convening over here.
Yeah,
that's what I called it. We called it city council.
In front of the old laundromat.
No. Right here in the corner by the dumpster.
Right there by the dumpster. Yeah.
And he's just like so pissed because of all this. Grants Pass has created a situation. Our parks are clean now, which is nice.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Now they're infiltrated back into town. Yes. Now they're hanging out in front of your shop. You got your little park taken care of.
Yeah, no, it's golden. We're golden.
Fuck
We're
you.
Golden.
Now they moved them all over in front of mine.
No. But the problem is,
I just got rid. So before they put, so the first year we were there, before the bus station, the new bus stop was done. Right. I was dealing with
the $5 million bus station that we had to have.
It looks.
It is what it is.
Yeah. You know what?
That doesn't bother me.
Don't get me started with that. What did they just buy? What property did they just buy to build the homeless camp?
I don't know. No, but my thing is the
old church property. You heard about that, right?
What?
I mean, the old hospital property, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know about that?
No.
So here we are having meetings.
Street or whatever it is.
I don't know how screwed up our city is. We don't have any money. Oh, these are funds appropriated for that. They can't pull from one department for another department to pay for things. And this and that. We need to tax our restaurants and make a food tax.
Make a food tax
and go through all their books so we can make sure they're not cheating us, so we can afford to pay for our police and fire and everything else, which is great. We need police and fire. So, but they buy the old. It used to be Southern Oregon.
It was a hospital. It was the old hospital on Washington.
So the Washington campus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great spot for them.
So I think they bought that property now, and they're going
for that's like a 5-acre parcel.
That's a huge spot.
That cost the city
million.
I would say they probably bought it for $1.5 million.
At least.
Yeah, someone got wealthy again.
So they buy that to do their. I'm like going, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean,
that's going to be great, but you know what? Great. You know what? It's going to be good for business because it's going to be up by the by the weekend.
Well, it's going to be
hanging out up there.
Yeah.
I mean, at least to get them out of. But I mean, we spent like every morning. I mean, girls would call me up. There's somebody sleeping on the front porch. I mean, of my place. And then they put the bus station over there. So now they kind of moved them over there. We didn't really have to deal with them so much. I mean, I had to turn off I have a power pole with plugs on it. So I have power out there so I can have a band outside.
Right. You got to disconnect.
And then I can put lights on my sign that I haven't done yet. But
well, we need to fix your building first.
I saw this guy. Yes, I saw this guy leaving one night, and he was sitting out by my sign. And he had his shit plugged into my outlet. So I had to. And I thought it worked off of a switch, but I finally talked to my guy, and he's like, no, I put a breaker box. So I turned it off, so they have no power out there. But they're hanging out there, all night. I'm like, mother, it just pissed me off.
Can't we add it like a coin dispenser where you, like a laundromat?
Dude,
Put a quarter in for like 5 minutes of power?
See, I like
exactly.
The way you think. Now I've got power out there. I bet I can do that.
No, absolutely you can.
Yeah,
but then I've got homeless sitting out.
It's all right. You're making money.
Yeah.
They're gonna sit there anyways.
I need to make it take EVT.
And deliver them a cold sandwich. You can sell like $20 cold sandwiches with a plug-in.
Have them DoorDash from 7-Eleven. You charge them $20.
It always amuses me when
cost you $4.95.
I go into these Dollar Generals all the time with my kids. They love like picking up the little cheap toys. I'll pick up some things we need for this or that, and we
they got the best cleaning chemicals.
They do.
Awesome.
Fuck
And they have a decent
they do.
price. I mean, they have all the Halloween decorations. My son's runs into these Halloween decorations, and they're like $1 a piece. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at $5.
Fucking
I'm
get
like,
it,
we're good.
get-
Like, whatever you
yeah,
want.
yeah. Get 20
And
if you want,
So
yeah.
we were doing that the other day, but this guy comes up and he's got this thing, and he's got all this shit that he's buying. I'm looking at all this shit, and so he pays for all, and he pulls out cash, pays for the cash, and then he gets he's got a soda and some other
Right,
like,
right.
shitty shit.
He fucking puts his
Second
card out there.
Second
yeah.
rings, they ring that up, and I'm like waiting, and I'm waiting, and I went to this register because the other register had fucking Bozo the Clown, and I wanted to call. I mean, honestly, I almost went to him just got back. You ever seen Bozo the Clown? I know you're a young man. Have you seen Bozo the Clown? I mean, I shit you not. This guy's he's a dude, full on dude.
Okay.
Does he recognize himself as a dude?
No,
though?
he doesn't recognize him. I mean, I don't think he
Oh.
recognizes himself as a dude because
So
I'm
you-
looking
but-
at. I'm
but
looking
you
at.
don't
'Cause I was
know.
watching him stock stuff because I was getting cat food because they got this.
Do you have cats?
They have this nice wet cat food, and it's like 70 cents a can, which normally
Oh,
is like
yeah.
$1.19 a can.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Hell
like,
of a deal.
You know, 24 cans for $21 or something. You know, it's less than $1 a can. Normally it's over $1. And so I'm like grabbing a bunch of them because no matter how much I buy, I'm always out. My wife's like, "Well, you need cat food." I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's about 70
How many
cans.
cats do you got?
Fuck, I don't know.
All of them.
So and it's wet food.
Anything that shows up at the
She's trying
property.
to tell me the new kittens, they don't eat the dry food, they only eat the wet food. I'm
Then
like,
don't get-
you've been gone 8
don't
days
get
in the last
new
2 months, and
kittens.
guess what? They ate
Don't-
all the dry food I put out for them because I didn't put wet food with them.
Yeah.
But
they
anyhow.
they are an animal of I will do what I got to do to survive.
Happy
So-
wife, happy life. So I'm getting the
Really?
wet food. I'm
Is
getting the
it?
wet food.
Because
So-
I beg to differ.
Okay, so, true story.
Well,
That's
hey,
it.
I want to welcome Bob to the show.
But
No, I'm just
I don't even know what I was
enjoying it.
talking about.
Yeah,
but the guy
we-
throws his EBT down to pay for his junk food.
Right. His
I'm
hot.
like, holy
they sell hot pockets there, but they're not probably called hot pockets. They're hot pockets.
Yeah, it's something. It's funny.
I haven't been to a dollar store in a while, but they got the best cleaning products.
Well, I'm talking about Dollar General.
The new ones.
Dollar General is not a dollar store. It's
Right.
Dollar General.
I've never been in
and-
one.
You've never been in one? Oh.
That is a business model right there. If you look where every Dollar General is, it is in lower income
Oh, yeah.
arears of town.
Let me just tell you, bro, they're packed.
They are packed.
They can't even. They and the problem is they can't. So because they're around me because I was in Murphy and there's one in Murphy and it's only a little store you go
Yep,
to. So we
yep.
stop in there all the time to pick up little things
Sure.
when I'm going to my property. So I'm in and out of them and then there's one. So I always again birthday presents for things I'm doing too and they have, they can't hire enough people.
No.
And so every time you walk into them, you can't even get through the store because
all the stock is on
all
the
the
floor.
stock is on the floor in these carts all over the place. So half the aisles you can't get
Well,
by because and then
maybe
they're trying
they
to
need to pay people. Is it the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Do they not pay enough, or they can't get people to work because of the amount that they're paying?
Yeah.
So what if they pay them $25 an hour? Are they going to get people to work?
Yeah, I
Or
think that I think a lot of it has to do with grants pass, and of course they're in the rural areas, so now people have to travel,
Yeah.
or hire in that area.
But-
and who lives in the rural areas? Low income people.
Well, people that need to work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but this kid, he's got this curly hair and he's got it in ponytails coming off each side over his
he
ears.
deserves to get
right?
fucked with.
And they're ponytails like this, and he doesn't look anything like a woman. Like, let me just tell you that right now. He looks like a 25-year-old fat kid. I mean, he's not even that fat. He's just,
Heavy.
bulky. Yeah, bulky, right?
He's thick.
And he's got lipstick on.
Oh, God.
And he's dressed like a dude with these ponytails. I'm like, you got to be one of the most confused son of bitches I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I can't. And I'm with my kids. And I'm trying to avoid the kids I'm trying to redirect the kids because I'm getting cat food and the guys, excuse me, and he's stuck in the cat food while I'm trying to get it. And I'm trying to keep my kids from, Dada. I'm actually was kind of hoping my kids would say, you're wearing lipstick, like something the kid would say, like, why are you wearing lipstick? I'm like, because he's a fucking queer. No, I don't have any problems with gay people, don't get me wrong. But I was like, this is just, and so.
It's different.
But if
yes.
I went to him, I knew I was going to look at him. I'm like, have you ever seen Bozo the Clown? Because you look a lot like Bozo the Clown.
I got to look at it as an owner of companies. You're owner of companies. Bob, you've been involved with major corporations in your world. When is it acceptable for someone to actually, I wouldn't allow my employees to dress like that. I mean, there's code of conduct in You don't allow the girls to get all fucking wacky at the
I told
at the
one
restaurant.
One of the girls came in one day. She's a new hire, and she's sweet person. You know, she's a good worker and good personality. And she comes in one day. I look over and I'm like, you going to work, right? She goes, yeah. And I'm like, you're in your pajamas. You know, I was like,
we're not going to Walmart, honey.
Excuse me? I'm like, she had sweats on, like the baggy sweats that you'd wear, you know, like bedtime clothes.
Right.
You know, like the stuff that you go home and you pull on those pair of sweats you've had for 20 years, the loose baggy things, and you go kick back in your recliner chair. And I'm like, you can't, no. It's like, you were coming to work. I said, you look presentable. You dress nice. You wear, it costs a shirt if you have one, you know, or something that's presentable. You look like you're going out for your day. Because I don't see you, you know, I mean, this isn't play day. This is work time, you know, and you can't come to school. You can't come to work. Ever since she's been great. But I was like, I don't. This is the new thing. If I see it all the time because we have the high school kids come in for lunch on a regular basis, and these kids come in, and the new fashion trend is to wear those like pajama clothes.
Well,
with like slides and you know, and like fluffy slides, like the slippers that you'd buy for your grandkids, you know, when they're 12 or 9.
How about have some self-worth and, you know?
It's a trend. It's not about self-worth and things, and it's upbringing, and it's like, oh, this is what everyone's doing, so I'm just going to follow the trend. But, you know, and then you have parents that aren't, I mean, I think a lot of parents try. I mean, I had this one girl
But do they really?
I had this young girl who came in with her mom, and her mom, Mexican lady, attractive young lady, you know, and very, you know, I knew she had good morals and values, and she was instilling. I could see it with her kids, you know, and she'd been coming in the mornings quite a bit, and she'd drop her kids off at school and stuff like that. And the daughter, who's probably 12, you know, 13,
AM or PM.
she comes in on her own one day to get something, and she's got this Playmate shirt on with the Playboy bunny on it.
Oh,
you know, it says Playboy on it.
Obviously, she was not with Mama.
So I look at her, and I don't know her name. I kind of talked to the mom a little bit, and I've helped them out, you know, helped her to the car and stuff like that. And I'm like, does your mom know you're wearing that shirt? And she looks up at me and she goes, no. I'm like, yeah. So why are you wearing it? I'm like, that's not a good shirt for you to be wearing. I'm like, your mom doesn't approve of it, and you don't need to be doing that. I'm like, she has no idea what it means. She just knows it's cool.
Right.
You know, she doesn't know it's a freaking naked lady.
Because she saw it on TikTok.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. But this girl, I mean, this is at 12.
Yeah.
She knew her mom's not going to approve of it, so she puts it in her bag. She goes to school, and she puts it on when she gets to school.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Talk to JJ DeForest sometime.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no shit.
About being a middle high school teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, I can't fucking tell if they're 21 or if they're 12.
Yeah.
And he goes, and
I mean, you can't say shit. You're not allowed to say shit.
Walk by with freaking tube tops and tits hanging out and their ass hanging out, and as a male, you're not. You look at body before a face, and you go, "Oh God!"
My thing is, you know, I remember, you know, when I was a kid and going through school, that
no one had titties.
Nobody had. Well, some had titties.
Yeah, some did.
But guys were not even allowed to wear shorts.
No, so interesting fact.
I got a guy, Ty Scholler, and I'm gonna throw his name out there. He's in Eugene now. He's a machinist, whatever, or a salesman for a machinist company. I don't know. But yeah, buy shit from Ty Scholler. At North Valley, back in our, I don't know, fucking maybe junior, senior T or whatever. I don't know what time. But as a protest, he wore a fucking miniskirt. Because chicks were allowed to wear miniskirts and all that kind of shit, but guys could not wear shorts. We had to wear long pants.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
So he or I don't know. It said sophomore, junior year at North Valley, he fucking showed up in miniskirt and promptly got taken to the office.
Back to JJ DeForest.
Anyway,
so I was watching. I don't know. I do the scrolling thing when I'm laying in bed because I don't watch TV and I go to bed early with my kids, so they fall asleep. And I'm
if that's what you want to call it, that's fine.
I do.
Yeah, we call it scrolling. Yeah, we call it scrolling.
You can call it whatever you want, Bob. You got my back on this one. So
Bob's like, I'm scrolling too. Bob's gonna be like, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling.
This reel comes up, and it's a doctor talking about puberty and how girls are going through puberty a lot
absolutely.
earlier. So she goes, back in the, when we were all young, girls went through puberty 15, 16, maybe early
12.
14, 15. No, it wasn't that ever that early. It was always 15, 16 when they started hitting their puberty stage. And now it's going all the way down to she's like age 7, 8, 9, 12.
Welcome to hormones.
Well,
and
it's not, it's not the hormones.
Processed
it's not the hormones
foods,
in
the
food.
seed
What is
oils,
it?
the
It's not the hormones
phthalates,
in the food.
everything.
It has to do with this. It was with scents. It was with this pheromone, these synthetic scents that they put into colognes and perfumes and makeups and creams and all this stuff. It's these synthetic perfumes that have a chemical reaction with the body that start initiating these hormone reactions at an earlier age. So
Interesting.
the earlier you get your kids on makeup and perfume. So this is actually an education thing for moms and dads out there. If you're listening.
I'm going to definitely look into that.
You stay away from. You got to look into it. I can't remember what the particular scent was.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the folks that listen to this don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm just
They do. They care. We have listeners that
Did
care.
I say we gained 2 more followers?
I've actually talked to a lot of women that have listened to our show.
Really?
Oh, you're on the podcast. I know you from the podcast.
Wow.
Like that. So
You're like
Tell
a
'em-
fucking celebrity on the podcast.
I'm a celebrity podcast.
You need to start fucking supporting with official sponsorship then.
Well, what do we need?
I don't know.
Tacos.
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 Okay,
Just fucking tacos.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
So
Well, it's too
Tuesday
late
we're
for
getting
Taco
tacos.
Tuesday now.
well,
So
now,
Mike comes
but
in. I'll supply the tacos. He'll get a few tacos.
so you're not going to be on the show anymore then?
Well, no, I'll be in the show, but I just
I
can't
mean-
be. Tuesday. It's sometimes tough.
Really?
And sometimes Andy.
Yes.
Sometimes 3 guys, Bob, and sometimes Andy. That's how it should be
No,
named.
3 times
guys,
Bob
3
and
guys,
sometimes
Bob, and sometimes Andy. We got to
You
do
know-
an intro.
No, it's sometimes Bob and maybe Andy. No, we can't take sometimes Bob away.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah,
3
sometimes
guys, Bob, and sometimes Andy.
no, 3 times, sometimes Bob. 3 guys.
We
and
already got the
sometimes
artwork.
Bob.
We just need to
Yeah,
add
because
maybe
we got
Andy.
a thing up there that already says 3
Yeah.
guys and sometimes Bob. So we can be sometimes Bob and occasionally Andy. It can get put in that fucking
Yeah, I
thing.
like that.
Yeah, and occasionally Andy.
So
Anyways, so
But
yeah,
I
so
thought that was an interesting fact when she's
I'm
talking
gonna look
about
that up
because I
because
always
I
thought it
love
was
that
the
kind
I
of
always thought
shit.
it was the beef.
I did
and
too. I thought it was the
the
hormone.
hormones and the
Yeah,
you know,
I gotta
and
say it's gotta be a little bit-
You have to
there's
understand.
some of that
I'm,
involved.
I'm 6
Little
foot
bit
four.
of
I'm
both.
5 inches taller than everyone else in my family, and I drank milk like a mother. I drank 2. We'd get 4 gallons of milk delivered a week, and on Friday or Saturday, I would walk across the street to the milkman. Believe it or not, we still had the delivery guy lived
sure.
across the street, which my dad always thought was a joke. He always made a joke. My mom didn't like it very much, but they moved. They were from Southern California. They moved out to New Jersey. My dad had a job in New Jersey, and then they drove cross country and we're going back to Southern California.
And the milkman followed you?
Well, so the milkman was from New Jersey, and my oldest brother was blonde hair, and we're Lebanese, and so
Oh,
he's like,
shit,
he's like,
yeah.
I don't know, I came all the way from New Jersey, I got the same fucking milkman,
so okay, so
My mom didn't like that very much.
So
I don't know why.
That being said, so back in the day, as we knew, we had the milkman. We had you got the galvanized.
We were
frickin'
too poor to
insulated.
have a milkman.
Oh no! I mean, I lived in Vegas. We had a milkman galvanized thing. So okay,
Mine
so
still came in the same cardboard containers, but it was.
But you
what's the
could
local
get-
guy? Umpqua?
Yeah, you had Umpqua.
Umpqua had drivers that had refrigerated vans.
Yeah.
And they'd go to the local store and they'd fill up the van and then they'd just drop at houses all over town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where you
that's
got-
what
that's how you got
it
your
was in
milk.
Vegas.
My
It was what in
milkman was
Vegas.
the guy who stocked the milk at Safeway.
Yeah.
But my thing was, so there's, and this is a joke. It's not anything I've actually experienced. This lady,
Well, hold on, Andy.
okay, so Andy and Garen are killing flies here, and Garen had to step up with the brand new Bob supplied. Oh shit! Yeah, Bob supplied fly swatter with a tweezers on the end.
Those are great.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but Andy's one has been used a bit, so it's thrown off. So, anyway, so this lady, she's The milkman shows up at the
Oh,
house.
we're still on that?
Yeah, I'm telling my fucking joke. Come on. What the hell? Give me my moment.
What's that black
It
comedian
means-
who's a milkman and he has to deliver to the niggers?
The what?
The white family, they're called the niggers.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that was a
his
true
name?
skit.
What's his name? He's a fucking hilarious.
That was Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. And
Yes.
he's like,
Oh,
my favorite customer's the nigger.
That was a
The
true
white
shit.
family. That was hilarious.
So we could talk about it because
He's
it was a comedy.
milkman.
So,
Yeah, it's
okay,
a comedy
so-
show.
Anyway,
and
so
they were
my-
white. I'm talking about white niggers, not black ones.
See, can I
Yeah,
can
can
I say my joke now? Can I, you fuckers? Oh, what the hell are you doing? You trying to okay.
thank you.
Now the
Pick that up.
now the flies aren't gonna come out.
Oh my God.
That'd have been so much better if Andy's name was on it, but whatever.
We know a guy.
And that Irish mobster is not even here.
No,
Yeah.
no, I haven't seen him in
You
a
want to
couple
be Irish
days.
mobster?
Italian, sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
well, we
So
got
you
those
hate,
too.
So you hate the Irish, is
I
what?
have mob ties in my family.
Sweet.
Nice. Okay. Well, anyways, so
I got family
on-
in Brooklyn. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about ties or anything. All I know is I got family in Brooklyn.
Anyway, so my joke, and I know I've said it here, so forgot what we were talking about. I'm just fucking.
You know,
just
Bob,
a
it's
fucking
one of those
loss,
shows, you
just
know.
one of fucking loss. Oh no, we were talking about no, remind me, fucking remind me.
Last thing I can come up with is your friend that wore a
You know,
skirt.
Andy, we need to put a new rule on Tuesdays. Casablanca doesn't open until after 10
Fucking
o'clock.
after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, after 10 o'clock for Michael.
Because Daddy shows up and yeah. So, anyways, oh no. Besides that, P Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
the
that's
P
it.
Diddy bullshit going on
Okay,
now.
so you found out about the lube and the oil, right?
That's what I want.
Okay, go
let me,
for
Let
it.
me talk.
You
So they I don't know if they confiscated or it is found.
They confiscated.
10,000 bottles of lube and
baby oil. Yeah.
And you know, my first thought is I don't care about that. But then his attorney steps up and be like, well, like most Americans, he buys in bulk.
No. So I found it.
That was the excuse. I'm like, okay, first off, I go to Costco, I get 12 of something. I don't get 10,000 or whatever the fuck that thing was.
I saw an interesting reel this morning, and it was that girl, that black lady who is a
Yolanda?
no, she's
Shaniqua.
Great, no, she's
Grace.
She's a politician, and she's always
Candace Owens?
Candace,
And
yeah, Candace.
She was
She's
sharing-
awesome.
Yes, and she was sharing a reel of Tupac when he was an actor.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was doing all these things. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm just like my mom." And he's doing all these things, and he's
Very
talking like
flamboyant,
this,
very
and he's touching-
flamboyant.
and he's moving his hand.
And for those
and
that are listening,
show-
Andy's touching his nipples
that's how he
nonstop.
was
So
talking. And I watched this, and he's like, "Oh my God," and this is before he was a rapper.
yeah,
He was an actor, and he's like, and I just had to quit my job because I had an audition, and they should just let me go do that stuff, and they wouldn't. So I just stood in my soapbox, and I lit my cigarette, and I said, "I'm out of here," and I puffed out my cigarette, and I walked out the door, and he was talking like that, and she's like, "Yeah," she's like, "This is just goes to show you that this gangster rap was all a ploy by wealthy people to
The CIA. The CIA did it.
to bring down the black population and all such stuff." And it was interesting because Tupac, I mean, he was cool as fuck.
Well, he was a gangster.
Yeah.
So, okay,
no, he
so
wasn't
what?
a gangster. He was a flamboyant gay guy that
Yeah.
they made a gangster.
Right. So, getting back to
wonder why they killed
the baby oil and the lube and
the
stuff.
P Diddy ass.
So
yeah.
it wasn't regular baby oil. So maybe what they found, the extra cases, what they were doing with the baby oil, they were adding like ecstasy into it or another type of drug. So when they put it on there, it sublingually got in, not sublingually, but lingually into your body, and it was almost like they were putting ecstasy in it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you
No.
know,
It was a human growth
HGH.
hormone. HGH, a very high concentrate of it.
So you get a boner.
You get boners, you get euphoria, and they were rubbing that all. That's why they were doing it. That's why there was so much of it.
So what are they going to do with the rest of it?
Oh, they run it all over their bodies so they could.
Are they going to put that on Amazon? I'm like,
that's why it was a big thing.
How many?
What's that other? What's the eBay? Can we
Like
eBay that
1,000
shit?
bottles of it or something?
They apparently confiscated 1,000 bottles for whatever. First off, to me, in that suspect is why, as a law enforcement agency, would you confiscate
Because it had drugs in it.
lube
It had drugs.
if it was just baby oil or lube?
So it wasn't just regular old Johnson & Johnson. It was, they were using it and they're adding the human growth to it and maybe some
And
other drug.
fucking Molly
And Molly, yeah, probably Molly, all that shit.
But we don't know that.
No. It's
Are
there.
you saying that because he's black?
No, I don't give a fuck if he's purple. I really don't care.
I'm just trying to figure out where
Michael,
everything's
you know
going.
my
I'm
road.
just being devil's advocate
A
here.
motherfucker's a motherfucker.
I can't wait for P. Diddy sharing a cell with RK.
Oh, well, I mean, the list is coming out, and it is huge.
No, and there was
Yeah.
a thing I saw too that there's apparently a video of P. Diddy with
How does he not get away?
somebody
That
who
much
is
money.
who is more known than P. Diddy in a video.
That dude died. His name's Jeffrey Epstein.
No, I think there's some government people. I think there's some government people.
Beard, you freaking grow out your hair. You hide out for a little bit. You go down to the slums.
I don't-
You
I
get
don't-
in a
You
car
got
with
some-
somebody.
you got some money
You get rid of
involved.
your cell
You got
phone.
some
I mean,
money.
you
I
got a
don't-
little bit of cash, right?
I don't
get
think
the
this
fuck
dude's
out.
getting away with it. He's
I know,
not.
but how-
He'll,
why-
he'll go to Club Fed.
Yeah, but why didn't he get out? Why?
Because
How
he's
did he
a-
get caught?
Because
I mean,
he's
he get caught.
back.
because the arrogance. I think it's the arrogance.
He left to go to like the
Because,
Bahamas.
I know somebody.
And then he came back thinking, "Oh, I'm untouchable." He came back and they went, "Fuck you, we're arresting you now."
Yeah.
He left the country.
Yeah.
Did he
And that's
actually
why he
get
has
out?
he never got arrested the first time. There was allegations, there was indictments and things, but
I thought he got caught, but he was going to the Bahamas, and they put up. They
no,
stopped
he already
his plane or
went and
something.
came back.
He came back
Dumb
because he
motherfucker.
thought it would look better
Bro,
for him.
I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I'd have been
I would
fucking.
have disappeared. I'd have been in Argentina
I would,
somewhere.
I would have been to Syria.
Well, the Germans would have
I'd have
got him
been
if
to
he went there.
Syria.
Yeah, you blend right in. I'd go to Africa.
We wouldn't let him in.
Fucking.
Yeah. The Germans wouldn't let him
Put
in
some-
Argentina.
put some robe-
Zimbabwe. You
Put
know?
some robes on.
Go to
fucking
South America, then zip over to Africa. No one knows
Yeah.
the fuck you are.
Kanye's gonna
I mean,
kind of join him.
fuck.
You know.
How hard is it to get a passport? They all look the same.
Well, the one thing that was weird about him is that, based on what he was arrested for, getting out of jail, in terms of being released, most people with that kind of crime got released. His lawyer they were expecting it and saying, no, this is not a case where he's not going to get denied bail. Well, they denied his bail.
Well, because he
Yeah.
left the country and came back,
Well,
and they're like,
and
they're
because
like,
he
"Oh,
has
you're a
he
flight
has
risk."
the means to
Right.
to do, but it's fucking P. Diddy. Dude, he's not going to be able to go anywhere in the world without being noticed.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I
with
would-
that.
You know, I mean,
I would
seriously.
have been at my plastic surgeon at that point.
I would-
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, yeah.
I want the
With that
house.
kind of money, that's just stupidity.
I want the house of cards to fall. I
Yeah.
want to take
yeah.
all these
Absolutely.
all these motherfuckers
Abso-fucking-lutely.
down.
They're not
From
going
the,
down.
The Hollywood elite.
The only way they go down if Trump gets elected.
If they don't go down,
The only way they go down if Trump gets elected. What is that?
Fuck the truck.
trucks
Do
got
they
bad weight.
sell-
Train
do
going
they-
by?
Do they sell enough food to fucking?
It's hard.
No, yeah, he's just turning.
You got a what?
He was stopped. He was
I'm
stopped.
going to use a facility and pick up another stick.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
we'll be
Barry.
here.
I think pick up the stick and then Rodney's in the head. So grab the stick and then hit the head. I just saw Rodney go in there.
Oh, okay. So, do you want to follow Rodney in there? Or just say.
No.
He and Rodney have a
Because
thing.
I've seen that
No.
splatter.
He
I've
and
seen
Rodney
that.
have a thing.
I've
It's
seen
like,
that. I've seen that splatter paint going on.
It's 1 o'clock. It's head time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You might want to give it 5 minutes to air out.
At least.
It's his morning constitutional.
Yeah. No, it's not.
So,
even morning.
Andy, you said that you got a little catering this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, and thank you for taking care of the wife's catering or the little luncheon over in Medford.
Luncheon, yeah.
It worked out. Everybody loved it.
Good.
She told me it was a hit.
Not to break this up, but how did the auction for the Toyota go?
It's done sold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
So
is that?
are you done and clear now?
Fuck no. I'm still waiting for the DMV to approve it now.
So who bought it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
you were a high bidder.
I was a high bidder
Okay, great.
via my son. I was a proxy bid for him.
So yeah.
Yeah. So now that he went to the DMV and got the turned in all the paperwork, the lien, and all the bullshit, and they looked at it and says, "Oh, we got to send this up to Salem, which is the DMV, to get the rest of it approved."
Yeah.
I have not paid the attorney until I get title in hand.
Well. Yeah. So Cobble's on the hook.
Oh,
He's
Speaking of attorneys,
he's because he's struggling for money.
Sad.
Yeah. Anyways,
Let's take a moment of silence.
for who?
This is bullshit.
that was our moment of silence.
Michael
so.
Bird.
Oh, I didn't know him. I mean, I know of him, but I
Who's
didn't
that?
know him.
Ah, his close personal friend. Friend of the family, beautiful, wonderful. His
Didn't
wife
he get-
is the kindest, most loving.
Didn't he get
kindest person.
ex-barred from the
I don't know who he is. So how do we know him? How do we know?
Bird is a good man.
Oh, I know
He's
a lot
good
of great
man.
guys.
He's a great guy. He's got a great family. His wife is.
So
second to
what-
none. There's not a bad thing to say about Michael Bird.
So what?
I didn't know him. So
Did he just pass away?
He had cancer.
Oh.
Beat cancer. My parents had a cancer-free party for him, and we had a blast, and we were super excited. And then it came back, and it was just rapid. Just died.
That sucks.
So that's coming up October 14th for those out there.
Wow. So my thought is then your parents had a cancer-free party for him, and it came back. Do they get reimbursed for that? I mean, because it apparently was not. I mean,
What a dick.
I'm just going with the flow of our podcast of how we
Here's
are.
the deal. If you're going through chemo and you're going through
Dude, never go through
radiation,
chemo. Never go through that.
I agree. If you're going
Never
through
go
chemo
through
and
that.
you're going through radiation, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
because you're not going
absolutely.
to die from the cancer. You're going to die from the
You're
effects
gonna-
of the radiation.
yeah,
and the chemo.
exactly.
There's naturopathic ways to beat cancer.
Turmeric.
It just takes a lot of personal choices and decisions to make.
Exactly.
But everything that I've read is that the chemo and the radiation
it's
is
bad for
more
you.
detrimental to your
No,
health.
absolutely
And everyone
it
that I
is.
know that beat cancer, that goes cancer free and stays cancer free, are the people that don't go through the shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
everyone that goes through the shit. They're like, oh, I'm cancer free, and they're great, and then like 2 years later, like I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It either
Sorry,
takes or it doesn't.
it's sad and it's fucked up and it's messed
Yeah.
up and everything else, but there are actually cures for cancer, and because cancer is a metastasization of cells and the body fighting against itself, so you need to improve your immune system and stop this body from attacking itself.
And
That's all it
Correct.
boils down to.
Correct.
And by putting chemicals and all these other stuff in your body, all you're doing is causing a different fight.
Yep.
And that different fight ends up ruining you in the end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
From what they say, but that's why I never. You go to the store like, oh, you want to put $5 for cancer? Fuck no, I don't want to give $5. You want to put your change towards cancer research? The hell I do.
No, because they've been at it for a long time. They still can't cure it.
They know the cure. The cure.
No,
you
it's
know what the
fuck,
cure
yeah.
is?
There's
I'll
no-
tell you
there's
what.
no
we
money
can,
in the
We
cure.
can eliminate cancer right now. One, we get rid of our food dyes. We start education
Yes.
in the school. We
Yes.
start a healthy diet in the school.
Yes.
And education. And guess what? No one's gonna buy these fucking Doritos with fucking yellow dye number 5 that's got
But they're
tetracine and
so good.
no one's gonna. Oh, you know
Okay,
what?
so let
you
me
know what? I've had organic versions of Doritos.
Yeah, they're good?
They're fucking phenomenal.
Do you
They're
carry that
phenomenal.
at Casablanca Bar and Grill?
I'll make you some.
Oh, you've made them.
I'll make them for you. But,
So,
but I'm
okay,
just
so
saying that
my thing
they
is-
have healthy versions of all these snacks. Most all of them have healthy versions of all these snacks, and we can eliminate these oils, and we can change all this stuff, and we can bring the price down of all this stuff to make it worthwhile for businesses to do. But until that happens, we're all just on a fucking death trip.
No,
All right,
absolutely.
we're not getting out of this summit alive. That's for sure.
Well, no, we're all gonna die. But you know what? We can die without
speaking
aches
of-
and pains.
Speaking
we
of
can die
people that have
without
not died, Jimmy Carter's birthday's today.
Yes, I saw
He
that.
made it to 100. Oldest living president ever.
Ex-president.
Or past president. There's
Past
no
president.
X. There's,
I don't know if there's any positivity to that.
I know. He lived to be 100.
All the good presidents die young, or
Or get shot. Well, they get
Or they get
assassinated.
shot, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So,
Oh my god!
Oh, that was a moment of silence.
well, no, I was still stuck on my P. Diddy moment, but yeah,
Okay,
whatever.
so you got a catering this weekend.
Yep.
Who's that for? Can you disclose?
Albie Montez, the Montez wedding. I don't know the details of it. I mean, I do
They
know-
just asked you to be there. Oh, and thank
we're
you
doing
for
everything for it.
helping us out on our golf
yeah.
tournament for the hamburger.
Oh,
Those
my God.
hamburgers were fucking awesome. What store did you buy those from?
Emerson's. It's Cherry Street Meats. For all those people out there,
Cherry Street
listen,
Meats.
Cherry
Yeah.
Street Meats in Medford. They have
That hamburger,
the retail
good.
the retail companies, Cherry Street Meats. Their wholesale companies, Emerson's Foods, and they're phenomenal people, family-owned business. They're out by South Medford High School. You drive out into this subdivision community, and all of a sudden, here's this.
I don't need to drive out
Fucking-
there when I can
yeah.
get it from you.
Point being that.
I didn't know it was going to be
So,
that.
no-
that thing.
no
So,
bam.
It's great. It's great, and what they do is for retail customers, it's great for your home. You can go out there and you can sign up for one of their programs, and a certain amount of cuts that you get
Oh,
each
really?
month. Yeah,
No,
and,
get a
and they-
package,
and you
get
can
a
buy a
package,
package
yeah.
deal, and they've got all their meat is from Pacific Northwest, so it's out of Klamath Falls, Northern California, Central Oregon, and it's all choice or better.
Well,
it's phenomenal.
We gotta state that unofficial sponsor.
So they
Unofficial sponsor,
sponsored.
yeah.
They,
Three guys
they,
and sometimes Bob
so
and
here's
maybe
the deal.
Andy.
So Cisco, one of my suppliers, was going to supply a bunch of stuff, and something happened, and they fell through. And so Cherry Street Meats, they supplied the hamburgers.
Oh, they were great.
And we bought all the other buns and all the other stuff
Yeah,
that went with
yeah.
it and everything. And we put together this package for the charity golf tournament.
Yeah,
and
for
we
the
do
active
it
club.
every year. We do
Yeah.
it every year.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, they
And
always call us up, and then of course this year they called me up like a week ahead of time. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? And then no, it's 2 weeks ahead of time. And then I get a call from the other guy who's the responsible one, and he's like, "Hey, so we're all good for." I said, "Hey, man," I said I'd do it, but I got no information. I don't know how many people. I don't know where it is. I don't know what they need.
Yeah.
And so he got all the stuff together for me, and we got it taken care of. But Cherry Street Meats, but the burgers are great.
How about you put it on the calendar so next year do the same thing?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing the same.
You've got
the
notice a year
and the,
ahead.
and,
Yeah, already, yeah.
and the previous year, Cherry Street Meats did it as well. So I don't
Okay.
know why that was. I only made one phone. I don't know. You know, like I said, I was short term, and so I made a phone call.
No, it's a
and
good flavored burger.
The
we
burgers
ate
are great.
it.
In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
the burgers are so great that the golf course wanted to know where we got the burgers from because he wants to use those same burgers.
Oh,
for
yeah,
his-
yeah.
for what he does. You know, I'm like, oh, good. So it worked out. I mean,
No,
it's
it was-
scratch, you know, dude.
We raised
Neil at Emerson's is phenomenal.
we raised $10,000 for our adopt a
No
child
shit.
program. Yeah, for that golf tournament. You know, people making donations and buying
No, that's awesome.
silent auction items and
That's
live
awesome.
auction items. Yeah, it was cool.
But dude, anything, you know what? When we did, I just love helping kids.
You've
You know,
always been a very
I
good
love
supporter
helping kids.
of,
we
of
did
kids
this,
in the community.
I think the most.
I like to help moms
yeah.
just that have kids.
Dude, you know what the best job I would call it a job, the best thing I wish, no, I can't say I wish I was. If you're a single guy in your 30s,
You fucking hit me with a fly swat.
I did,
But
I did.
anyways, yeah. Well played, but anyways.
become a little league coach.
No, that's weird. That's
No. So hear me out.
That's
So I
weird.
coached.
That's
so
weird.
hear me out.
That's
So I
fucking
coached.
weird.
I coached fourth. Third and fourth grade tackle football. Fourth and fifth grade tackle football.
Yeah,
and then my cousin.
Were you single then?
Yeah, I was single.
Oh, you were you were pulling mom.
This was pre-kids. So then the moms still come visit. I'm just saying. Hey, Andy. I have no idea who it is, and they give me this big hug, and like, I'm so and so's dad, mom. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I remember. Yeah. But
Does Tiffany listen to this?
Yeah, my cousin. No.
Okay.
So my cousin
She won't now. But
calls me up and he says, Andy, I want you to be the head coach out at North Valley's middle school.
Fleming.
Fleming, yeah.
Fleming, can you be the head coach for the 6th and 7th grade, 6th and 7th grade football team? And I was like, I lived out in Apple. No. Did I live in the Applegate at the time?
It was a long ways away from North.
It was an hour drive one direction.
Yeah.
And it was like 4 days a week, and then Saturdays, all day, whatever it was. And I'm like, so it's like we'll be the assistant coaches, and we'll have the 2 assistant coaches. So I'm like, all right. So I did that. So I coached for many years, and then they wanted me to be the 8th grade coach after that because I took this. I had 10 kids to start out with. I had 9 kids to start out with. I didn't have a full team. So we finally get the full team. The first practice comes, and the only quarterback that I had that I'd coached when he was younger had a broken hand, a finger or something. He was out for the season. So then the second backup quarterback, first practice is over. He's running down the field, and he trips and falls and compound fracture. I shit you not. Like practice over, like running. He trips and falls, and somehow the arm's going up like this. He's like, ah! And I pick him up, and I don't have kids. You have to understand. At this time, I don't have any children. I don't understand like the bond,
the fatherly way,
the bond that you have with the kid. And
you just rub some dirt in it.
No,
I don't care if the bone is sticking out of your skin.
Complete opposite of the way I look at it. And I'm like. In my head,
so you started to cry.
In my head, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
but I say, you're gonna be all right. And I pick him up. I'm like, you're fine. Calm down. And I'm taking him. I've got to take him to his mom, who's 100 yards away up on the thing, And I'm like, he's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Everything's fine.
Take him to the hospital.
Yes, you need to go to the hospital.
Now,
I mean,
because I didn't recognize that because the bone was sticking out of his arm.
But understand, at that age, I had no pain feeling. Like when I was a kid, like I'd break a bone like that, and then I'd be like, Mom, something's wrong with my arm.
Yeah, it's the way.
And she's like, my sister's freaking out. My brother's like,
that's awesome.
Like, yeah, exactly. And my mom's like, you need to get in the car now.
Also, your brother wears skinny jeans now, so that changes things. So so
he does wear skinny jeans.
He lives in Ashland and wears skinny jeans.
And drives a Tesla.
And
fucking guy, yeah.
Oh, whoa! Why the fuck we gotta go there?
Not the one that owned the down here the street.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Oh, why does this not surprise me?
Exactly.
He's Metro. It's okay.
He's super sexy though.
But anyway, so
Mondays,
so I coached the team. So the thing goes down, and I pound into these guys, man. I work these kids.
What did you just say?
I pound into these kids.
Into the guys.
I mean, I'm doing
pound into the guys.
I found ways to motivate these nerdy little kids, because a lot of them were gamers and they never played football. Yeah. And I had like 3 or 4 guys on the entire team that played football. We got enough people to make a team. At one point, so after he gets injured, I'm like, the other coach is like, we don't have a quarterback. We have no one's played football. The only other kid that played football was this like 300-pound lineman, and he had an arm.
He's not going to be a quarterback.
He can't be my quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I tell the guy, I say, calm down. I was like, here. So I go grab the ball bag and I line up all the kids, side by side. I say, grab a partner, and I hand them the ball and I say, everyone throw the ball. I spread them out 20 yards apiece, and I'm like, everyone throw the ball and play catch, So they're throwing the ball back and forth, and they don't know, but I'm watching.
You're seeing what they got.
I'm watching who can throw the fucking ball, And this little kid who's never played football in his life, he was my center. The kid who had no skills at all. He could hike the ball. He's like freaking.
Yeah,
3 foot nothing, 100 nothing. He weighs 40 pounds. And he's got this fucking rocket, and he's like, shing, shing. I'm like, this guy's got an arm like that. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna be my quarterback. And the other coach is like, he can't play. He didn't. I'm like, it's okay. So I go back to my office that night after I choose that. Him knows he's gonna be.
You had an office then?
Yeah, I have my office and I had taken they want me to teach the Oregon Ducks. I'll condense.
They wanted you to teach the Oregon
Ducks offense because they're going to play that
because they wanted a pathway.
School, they're going to play it in high school.
They wanted a pathway.
This was 15 years. So all the kids are grown and have kids and in college, whatever. But and so I take this offense and all the motions and stuff like that. I reverse all the motions because I learned really quick that when you motion the people to one side, no one on defense goes with them. So they motion to you motion people in one direction,
right.
and and then you'd run the opposite direction.
Run a reverse.
Correct.
But then instead of being undermanned, you're overmanned because no one goes with the thing. So I rewrite the whole offense, and put the people in motion, and then run the guys towards the people where we're outmanned. And I do all this shit, and then I shrink it all down on a thing, and I put the plays on here, which has on the armband. So it has these little plays, and you have 10 plays or whatever, and it has where each guy blocks, where each guy runs a pass. Because here's the thing: someone gets hurt or tired, and
you got to put somebody else in. Yeah,
this guy who's playing running back now is playing right guard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I have 13 players on the whole team. So now the quarterback goes, okay, you're number 6. And you do this on this play. See what I'm saying? He could show each player what they did. And we lost our first 3 games. And then we won the last 3 games. And the last game, we won on the last play of the game. And the quarterback pulled out from his ass and throws this pass down the thing. And we won. And so we were 50-50. But the other side of it, the first game, they were supposed to make our jerseys black and blue. And they ended up making them blue and black. Well, the other team was blue and white. So the first game we play, my team more than the other team, but both teams were tackling their own players. Right. Yeah, 6th grade.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So tackling I'm like, so at one point, after the first quarter or something, we had to put the jerseys on and this and that. So on top of all that, I go down to my freaking printer. I get everyone's favorite number. I get all their names. I go down to my printer, and we were the mean machine, And so I get black shirts with green, with bright, with Casablanca colors, black and green, with their names on it, and they're custom jerseys, bro. I spare no expense. I'm like, what are the coolest jerseys you got? He's like, oh, we like these ones, So I get the coolest fucking jerseys, and I put them on. And then before they get mean machine,
the kids are stoked about it. Yeah, no. The kids and the
psychological welfare.
I love coaching the kids. It was a highlight of my life. And then they wanted me to come back and coach the 8th graders, and it could open up my coaching career, because that's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to go to school and then become a PE teacher and a coach.
Okay.
And I didn't have that opportunity, and I did that. And then by that time, we'd moved out to the vineyard, and I was like, I have no kids. I've got a business. I've got this other business. But I was doing all the catering for the vineyard for my wife, because she ran the vineyard.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't drive 2 hours round trip to.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Coach these kids.
Yeah.
So and that was the end of it. And I haven't.
The fuck. So Garrett is trying to stab a fly within the ashtray, which seems counterproductive, but whatever.
Well, I killed
And then
him.
Andy just hit me with a frickin' fly swatter.
It's brutal warfare. It's like fucking Iran shooting missiles in here.
I feel like the Israelis would say he's different, but yeah, because flies, they're like, we don't even have flies because they're fucking dead because they're missiles.
They're missiles.
So yeah. Anyways, so P Diddy.
I was gonna either go P Diddy or the debate tonight.
That's Waltz.
Is that
debate?
tonight?
Yeah.
The Waltz.
Yeah, JD and
JD
Waltz.
Waltz.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you hear what Trump had to say about it? So
I'm sure he said many a thing.
Wait, is it JD Vance versus Waltz?
Yeah.
Oh, he goes off. Waltz, he's an idiot. This guy's a lunatic. We don't even know where this guy. This has got to be the stupidest fucking decision for a vice president I've ever heard. I mean, he just goes on and on and on. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, there's that. I wish there was less of that.
I know, but you know what we all do.
I think this
like digging that, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I got this fly swatter. We were talking about fly swatters a couple weeks ago when I was here, and my fly swatter, it's like double the size of these. It's like this long.
Well, and he's got a bigger fly swatter. But I get it. I'm just
Hey.
Well,
not the size. It's not the size of the boats, the motion of the ocean, but.
The size of the boat helps.
That's what everyone's been telling Mike for many years.
The size of the boat helps.
If you like those with the tweezers, I can arrange.
Bob's got a hookup.
Yeah.
Bob's got a guy.
Daiso.
Yeah. I need the tweezers at my house, then I can just pick them up. My wife would be happy because I just slap them all over and they're fucking everywhere. I don't care. She's like, that's disgusting. You just kill them and leave them. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is your job?
You need a Roomba. You need a Roomba.
You need to show her where the broom is.
She takes a vacuum. So I grabbed them. So the kids, I'm like,
She rides it to work.
Remember I told you she
Come
cleaned
on.
up all the flies? I said, Elisha, I said, Mom got rid of all the flies. I said, what'd she do? She goes, oh, she killed them, and then she got she used the vacuum. And so I got the vacuum out, and I was like just sucking them up.
So you got a canister of life
So
flies.
yeah, exactly.
That's why they all came from. They just hatched and flew out the fucking end. You know, it's been the vacuum. I don't touch the vacuum. The vacuum's been in the fucking.
Exactly.
They just all hatched in there, and I was like, why are these baby flies everywhere? They're fucking coming out of the vacuum. They fly right out.
And he threw a freaking piece of burger in there.
Yeah.
Well, there. I mean,
There was that.
well, but flies don't really like burger.
I don't.
No,
but
that-
then where are they coming from?
Other
Shit.
flies.
Well, the flies. We've seen.
I mean,
Yeah, they got to be fucking.
you have no burgers here. You got a lot of flies.
We got a dumpster.
So, we got.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot about
your
that.
thi-
Forgot
your
about
theory-
that.
your
Forgot
theory's
about
out the
that.
door.
Do you have those
forgot
sticky
about-
traps out by the dumpster?
No.
So what I've done at both of my dumpster areas, and I haven't checked the one at Union because that one's kind of out of my way.
But I do have I do have something.
I got one of those water, those water traps where you put the shit in there.
Oh
and
god,
hang them up. Oh,
it
my
smells like
God.
death.
It does, but it's out at the
Oh, it
dumpster.
works.
The dumpster already smells
The
like
flies
death.
like- the flies
you
like
need-
that.
Does your dumpster got a bunch of shit in the bottom of it because of food and leakage?
Well,
and all that?
I put a gallon of bleach in there once a week.
You need to get lye, like the chemical lye, and just take a cup of it and
Well, that's
sprinkle.
at I keep that at the house.
Well,
That's how we get rid of
Now
bodies.
you got an alibi.
G. That's
You got
how
an
we get rid of
alibi for
bodies.
having
Come
lied.
on.
that's in the shop by the pigs. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
It's an alibi for why are you buying so much lye? Because I got to throw it in the dumpsters because it kills the enzyme. That's what they do in horse stalls.
Well, is it?
Yeah, they sprinkle lye and to keep the flies down. It
didn't know that.
It
Really?
kills the enzyme of what the flies want to eat.
Oh, they always told me you take a gallon of bleach and you just bleach the
there's that.
sides of it and it pours down the bottom and it cuts the scent because the Union store sucks because I don't want to have access out of the back of my building to the alleyway, which would be the best spot for the trash, where the neighbor's trash is and everyone's trash is.
Right,
That's where
right.
they want to pick up the trash. So I have it out front because also I don't want to sit and take a cart and roll it around my store, down
Yeah.
the sidewalk.
Correct. Yeah,
Such a
yeah.
goofy piece of
Hey
property.
girls,
Yeah.
take the trash out at 9:00 at night. Fucking homeless people and everything else. I'm like, I gotta walk with them. I walk them out to the cars.
Oh,
at
it's
night,
not bad over there on Union.
No, not Union. Union is it's a ways away.
But the
downtown
one.
location.
Oh,
I'm
downtown
talking
one,
about.
no.
I could put a door. I could literally cut a hole through my back wall that goes right out to the parking alley behind me.
Most people
and have
call
a
it
trash.
my back door, but whatever.
Yes, I could put a back door in.
Well, you have a back door.
Yeah, but
I don't have a back door.
you-
My
No,
back
you do.
door is-
I walk
my
through
back
it every
door is
day.
closed. Not, but out the back door. So you'd walk through the back door and go straight through
Oh, see,
another
we
door.
don't know
to the
about
alleyway.
yeah,
we don't know
See,
about the
yeah.
alleyway.
See, you never
Yeah.
been in the back.
No.
There's a back that goes to the alley, and I don't have a door there. And if I had the door there, then I'd have to worry about the door being there.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I have the trash out front, but you go up and park, and you walk in, and you have to smell the fucking trash.
Right, right.
My wife's like, "You gotta do something about it." I'm like, "Well, I just park in the parking lot. It doesn't smell in the parking lot." She parks around the back, and then walks past it. And she has to-
Oh. Yeah,
so I have to put bleach
That's
in
right.
there. And
There is an alley back there because on the backside of the old Office Tavern, that's where we used to park.
yes,
I know where that alley
that's
is.
part of my place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't use it.
I miss the old Office Tavern.
Yeah, I do miss the office. Yeah. Now you have the alibi though.
I never go.
No, wait. What's the one down by 7-Eleven?
Oh, that's
Sherry's?
no, that's Shannon.
Shannon's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be Shelley's.
I like Shannon's.
Yeah, it used
I
to
haven't
be
been
Shell-
there in years, but
Yeah.
I used to love that place.
That was my mom and dad's old haunt when it was Shelley's Pub.
Yeah, because it's
It's
great.
just a
You park
beer
in-
bar,
You
yeah.
park in the back.
Oh yeah, well our shop was right behind there. When my dad had the interstate battery.
Oh, you dad had
dealership.
interstate battery?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a rich kid.
No, fuck no.
Yeah,
No.
interstate battery. Your dad knows my dad.
We didn't have the
Your
distributorship.
dad knows my dad.
Well, I'm sure he does.
Oh yeah, because we.
Well, we had
interstate
the
batteries.
alternator starter and
Yeah,
battery
yeah,
shop.
fuck all that. That was your dad.
Yeah, it was my dad.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They rub
You learn
cocks.
something new every day.
They rub
I
cocks.
because
Just
my
saying.
dad had
They
my
rub
dad had
cocks.
caveman auto wreck.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was always had interstate batteries there, and I was always over at that fucking shop over there. And everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was your dad. I probably know your dad.
More
He
likely.
remembers me when I was a little kid, little
Probably.
punk walking in there.
Well, there was so we were the interstate battery shop. We didn't have the distributorship.
Right.
Another one of my dad's partners had the distributorship. for Interstate Batteries of Southern Oregon. We just had the shop that sold. We were a retail outlet.
Yeah.
But we used to do all the alternators and starters and sell batteries to all the car lots and do all that shit.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And then Shucks moved in and Walmart.
Yeah, all
and,
the different things. Yeah, it doesn't do any good.
all the things, big corporations. But it's all right. Hey, capitalism's capitalism.
Puts little guys out.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I remember when we went up to Susanville to cut a Christmas tree down in California, and Susanville was
Murderer.
the only one place. They had a Pioneer Lounge or bar in Susanville.
Yeah, I know it.
I know where the Pioneer is.
Yeah, we all know the Pioneer is.
All those brands on the wall from all the farms.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I had a extended Ford cab, and it was the only place I was able to parallel park with no problem, because everybody had a fucking.
Everybody had a big truck, yeah.
But
Giant, yeah.
When we came in at night, we went past. It was dark. All of a sudden, this place lit up. There was a Walmart outside of town. So we get into town, go to the hotel, go to the Pioneer, and a lot of stores, closed, and all I could think about is these were smaller businesses that supported the Little League and all of that. Yeah. Now they're closed, and they're standing over there handing out shopping carts saying, "Welcome to Walmart."
Yeah.
I said, so
No, exactly. Yeah.
capitalism.
There's good parts of capitalism and bad parts of
here's the thing,
capitalism.
Bob, let's go back to that. Okay, so this is Grants Pass. We're supposed to have the Rogue Valley Mall. We're supposed to have Costco. And we're supposed to have all those businesses here in Grants Pass, which would have made the boom in Grants Pass that we're having now 25 years ago.
Right, minus
30
the
years
land.
ago. Right. Well, 30 years ago, but we would have had the boom. It was supposed to be out on Redwood Highway area.
Yeah. All Redwood's supposed to be the big stuff.
Right. And then that would have started the boom that we have now of building out there 30 years ago.
Right.
Because growing, I don't know how long you've been here, Bob, or know this area, but when we grew up, the north side of town up here, that had everything. It had all the grocery stores.
Absolutely,
Had the grocery market, because all the houses and all the money was up here, and across the bridge was, you didn't live over there. It was rural. It was country land, farmland, and everything else. So everything was up here. And so growing up, when they developed the parkway and all that stuff, they put all the restaurant stores and stuff. It just made the north side of town even more busy. But we voted out because the county commissioners and everything was all run by the good old boys, they called it.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
And they were like, well,
And
we're not.
still
So
does.
they voted out. They wouldn't let them. They basically made it unreasonable for the Costco and for the mall and for all these different things to go on here, because they figured if it's here, it's going to pull from Medford, it's going to pull from the coast and Northern California, the coastal areas, and all this population. It was a better spot for it to be, and they didn't do it, and so Grants Pass just sat and fucking died. Ooh, I mean, we just stayed this small rural community. But there's benefits to it, and I never really noticed until you start saying that, and you start saying that about the Walmart going in and everything else. But we wouldn't allow a lot of these big businesses to come in when I was growing up, which kept my town being this nice community that it is now.
Well,
The way I looked at it in Susanville is because I remember Walmart bragging about being, the biggest store on the planet and how much they're bringing. I said, you know what? The money being spent there used to be spent over here and went to the community.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't create
Correct.
that. They didn't create that. They just moved the wealth into their pocket.
Correct.
And put these guys out.
And what I'm trying to say is until you brought that to my attention to this day at 49 years old, I didn't understand that the good old boys were actually protecting how good it was to protect the small businesses because of what they do for the communities. And I'm always about spending local and saying that I'm the guy that goes to the small guys purposely, even though I'm a consumer for sure, but I like to support my local guys. That's why I support Cherry Street Meats and these local distributors. I try to support all the small guys before I go to the big guys as much as I can financially and stay in business than the big conglomerates. But That's a very good point, Bob.
Yeah.
But look at all the empty spots on
Yeah.
6th.
Oh, and they keep closing down. One just opened up and closed down again. And then the person that bought a bunch of the properties downtown, who I happen to know, she raised the rent on a bunch of people, and they all moved out. And
Yeah.
this other person that moved into one of the places that moved out, I guess they already closed down. You know, I mean, you're not making enough money to make rent. You know.
Yeah, downtown rent is not cheap. I know
No,
this.
not at all.
Except for my building. I'm the dumbass that owns buildings downtown that still got cheap rent. Guess what? They're getting an increase.
We'll move out. You're gonna shut them down.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, have a heart.
No, my increases are very, very small.
Well,
Yeah,
normally,
not like the one I just got.
normally what you want to do with increases is, I mean, there's a cost of living increase. And if you stay within the cost of living, then things don't go 21% up.
The leases that I always had were 3% annual.
And
I mean, it's like it was just nominal. You didn't even think about
It's
it.
like
You just
a co- it's
you know
like-
what I
yeah,
mean?
it's like a
3%.
co- it's a co-
If it was more than 3% annual, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's a cool increase.
3%, you know, I'm like, okay, and I could sit there and look at it, and I'm like, okay, in 5 years from now, I got a 5-year lease and a 5-year renewable, and 10 years where I'm going to be, and I'm like, I'm starting at 1,000 and 10, I'm going to be at 1,300 in 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know where you
Yeah,
were. And
exactly.
you have that, and that's the kind of leases you want to have. But when they're like scaling it, or a lot of times with my situation, they want to base your lease off of your income.
Yeah.
And as soon as they tell me that, I'm like,
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah, exactly.
get out. I'm out.
Exactly.
I'm out.
And
I'm out.
for those of you who can't see it,
so the harder
Andy
I work,
did-
the harder I work, the less money I make.
Andy did the middle finger on that for those who can't see it. So
Yeah,
that's
not-
what they
not-
want.
not a
I mean,
fan of
but that's
triple
what
net.
but that's why all these big businesses have gone out. I mean, that's what happened with Red Lobster. You know, the big company bought them out, and they bought all the property, and then they raised their release on raised their rent on all their properties, and then they can't
Correct.
afford it, and all of a sudden it's out of control. And dude, the restaurant industry, there's no money in it. You know, you work it to you make a living. You know, I don't care how
any
you know,
retail shop in this town.
you make a living,
Exactly,
and we're not in a position to, you know, you have to do extreme volume. I do a lot of volume.
Well, you do. You got.
I do a
taco
lot
money.
of volume. I've
You
got
taco money.
drive-throughs. I mean, between my two stores, I average almost 600 transactions a day. You know,
Yeah.
between the two stores, average.
But it's
And-
taken years to build that.
It's taking years
got-
to build
yeah,
that, and I still don't make
exactly.
any money. I mean, I'm
yeah.
payroll's coming out. I'm like, oh fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, do I
yeah,
need
I
to
know.
transfer money from savings? You know,
Yeah.
like, where are
Yeah.
we? You know, and because it's you're making it $5, $10. I mean, my average ticket's $13 a ticket or something. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
ching, and it's difficult. So when we start looking at expanding and going to these different areas, and we need high volume areas, it's
I think
expensive.
you need to move in next door.
It's expensive.
I think you need to move next door.
Yeah, it's for sale, possibly.
I've heard that it's
Just what I listen, and not another place in Grants Pass. We're going to a larger market. Well, two
Well, you have no reason
two
to.
reasons.
Yeah,
One,
you have no
the
reason to.
hiring pool is going to be better in any larger market. You have
Oh,
a better
sure.
hiring
You're gonna have,
pool.
yeah,
why
absolutely.
do you think I got a shop in Medford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the hiring pool is great. I mean, you get better people, and you have people are better in different places in their life. You know, like
Sure.
especially with your situation.
money- the
you have
money
you
is
got a guy
better.
retired. He's got his income. He's got this. He wants to work 3 days a week.
Yep.
And he's happy getting paid his $15 an hour, and he's
Yeah.
stoked.
Yeah.
Not only is he stoked, he loves cigars.
Right.
You know, so he loves the perks and all the benefits he gets.
Yep.
And so
And
he's
he
like,
can relate
I'll,
to
I'll,
every-
I'll
he can
work my
relate
20.
to-
I'll work my 15 hours a week. Oh, you need me 20? Great. I'll come
Yeah.
in another
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
And then when he's there, he's happy. He's like, oh, this is the best cigar. I love these. You know, he knows everything about every fucking cigar in there. You're like, what cigar is that? You're asking him
Yeah.
for information on
Yeah.
the shit on your products. You know, I
Yeah.
know that's the thing, but you have to have that market, and we don't. It's just it's hard to.
Medford money is
hard.
way different than Grants Pass money.
Well, my wife's brother-in-law had a supper club in Springfield, and basically the food cost was to cover expenses.
Yeah.
Okay? The money came from the booze.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, and
yeah.
that's what keeps. I mean, that's what people ask about downtown. I'm like, oh, you know, we had these aspirations and this and that. I said, but you know, we do have a little bit more profit margin because of the booze.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But we gotta promote we have we have a bar, but people
Hey,
need to
what-
come in and
what's-
drink. We have the best cocktails in
what's
town.
a
I have
double-
I have over 100 bottles of limited edition bourbons that you
Yeah.
can get. Like all the hard to
what's
get
a
bourbons.
double? What's a double Bailey's and coffee cost at your shop?
$10?
Motherfuckers.
$12, you know.
Motherfuckers.
yeah.
I paid $18 for a double Bailey's and coffee. I happened to be playing golf that day. Yeah, $18.
Well, so the way we do our doubles, a lot of places, especially golf courses, you get a double. So Bailey's is $9 for you.
Yeah.
My Bailey's is $7.
Yeah.
Bailey's is cheap, right? And so
Yes.
if you get a double, theoretically double should be $14, right?
You would think.
Okay, but the way we do our doubles is we do our doubles 1.5 times. So
They
if it's
cut it
seven,
down. They
Right,
cut it
right,
down.
So,
right.
so if you're $7 for the shot of Bailey's, you're going to be $10 for a double.
Right.
Or
And that's
$11 for a
that,
double.
That's good business right there because
you're not
you know what?
you're not pouring a. So let's say the single
The labor
one
is
and a half.
where your cost is.
You see,
Yeah.
you think the double is going to be 1.5 to 2 ounce pour, or a single is going to be 1.5 to 2 ounce pour, and a double should be about a 3 ounce pour.
Right.
It's not going to be a 4 or 5 ounce.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're really not pouring 2 shots.
Right. And
You're
out of
pouring
the-
1.5 shots.
Right.
Essentially,
and,
right.
And in a fifth, you're getting 20 to 22.
Because you can't pour, the glass can't handle that much booze. Because
Exactly,
if
yeah.
you take a 16 ounce glass, all right, so a 16 ounce glass is 8 ounces of liquid, right?
Right.
So if you were to pour 4 ounces of it, you're going to have half a glass of booze. There's no room for anything else.
No.
See what I'm trying to say?
No,
Right?
I understand the bar business. Been there, done that one.
So that's
Yeah.
how I look at it. I'm like, okay, so here's my 1, 2, 3, 4 is my shot. So then I go to the double. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like boom, and it's more than enough booze because you pour more than that, you can't drink it.
No.
I mean, may as well have a shot, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not going to charge you double the price for.
Correct.
For that. And,
Yeah.
and if you're doing it right,
Hence,
if
that's
you're
the
marketing-
last drink I buy at a particular golf course in town.
But
Yeah.
my point being is, if you are marking it up right, you should be 4 times your cost on the shot. Like
Sure.
the well might be more than that because, like with my well, I don't charge for your mixers unless you're getting like a double alcohol drink. So my well is $7, right? $7 a drink.
That's
Right?
a good price for a drink.
It should be, yeah.
But if you get a margarita, it's $10 because I've got a couple.
You got a
different
couple of
mixers,
mixer,
and
you
I
got triple
I
sec, you
triple
got-
sec, and I don't
yep.
use triple sec. I use
You use the good stuff.
good stuff.
Yeah.
I use the Contro or this other one I have, and so it's $10 for martinis are $10. This gets more booze. These
Sure,
10
sure.
or 12, and then our specialty cocktails are $12 to $13.
So, but what you're saying, a vodka soda is going to be $7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vodka orange juice $7.
Yeah. Vodka
A mule from the well $7.
That's
Yeah.
cheap for a mule.
It's
because
mule.
No,
you got some
absolutely it is.
labor-intensive shit on a mule.
Absolutely.
But a
It
mule
is.
$7. So I have fresh squeeze. We
Yeah.
use fresh squeezed lime and a squeeze of
Rum
lime.
and Coke, $7.
It's $7, and that sounds expensive.
Unless you do a call.
Well,
No,
and my well isn't the
It's
Monarch?
not the shit stuff.
It's not
It's
Monarch.
not the
Monarch.
shit stuff.
I have Sobieski and I have Ezra Brooks and I have
You got a little bit higher. You got $40 a
yeah,
bottle.
But having
versus
said that, my
$12
average cost per shot on the well is like $1.
Yeah.
Then you got your mixers, you got your time, you got your labor. So let's say it's $2 or $3 a drink, and you charge $7, it's $4. So, but that's the thing. So then you get to the boozes. I was trying to do the same markup on my well with the boozes. I'm like, well, then that doesn't even make sense. So I started looking back, and it's 4-time markup, And you got to think, you got the facility, you got the glassware, you got the washing, you got the service, you got the this, you got that,
Yeah.
and a 4-time markup is right. It makes it worthwhile to have the drink and to taste it, but it also doesn't freaking
Correct.
get people
Yeah.
going, oh shit. But everyone else are like, well, fuck, I don't know, this is it. People are gonna do it, and it's like,
Yeah, you
just
go
don't-
get a
we're
double.
not-
$16 for a double.
no. My
No,
parents,
seriously, yeah.
my parents don't go to. My parents love the little Mexican restaurant, right? What's the on H Street? What's the one over here?
Oh, see the old
Taqueria. Yeah.
My dad, he loves to get a margarita on the rocks, and he wants a shot of tequila with it.
Yeah.
And then he puts that in there. When it's done, then he takes a beer and he pours it over the ice, and that's his dinner drink,
that's a
right?
cocktail.
It's perfect.
Okay.
But they charge, $16 for the cocktail, and then $8 for the.
the
It's
shot.
Cuervo Gold.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a $10
it's nothing,
bottle of it.
yeah,
And then a
exactly,
$6
yeah.
Bud Light.
And then
Yeah.
and it goes. He's at $30.
Yeah.
He can
For
buy
3 drinks.
He can buy 2 bottles for that.
Yeah.
But,
So he's
but-
like, the other day he's like, oh, I don't want to, And my parents, they don't need. They can buy what they want to buy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
let's just say that.
They're not-
But
they're
he's
not-
like, oh, I
They've
don't
done
want
well and they've worked hard for it.
They're
going
not
there.
struggling, but they work to get to that level.
And I'm
That's
like,
the
you
thing.
know, why do we have to do that? It's just ridiculous. I get it, but you know what? It's because we don't have the volume, so they have to charge.
Yeah.
So you have to do the volume. But see, I do my volume in food, and so that's. But I try to be respectful too, because
Well, you want people to come
my
back.
friends, well, and also my friends and the people I hang around with, we're not a one and done kind of person.
No.
Most people are, and I really respect that. of them.
Yeah.
But the crowd I hang around with, they're not one and done. They're like 10 and done.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, we're coming.
I
we're
didn't
coming
say
back.
20 and done.
Well,
Mike. I said
whatever.
10
I'm
and done.
just saying. I don't know.
No, we're coming back into our
I feel
Sunday morning breakfast group
yeah.
that we go out with.
Yeah.
Summertime's hard because everybody's busy and shit, but we're coming into
fall.
the winter time, fall. That's
Yeah.
where we get together on Sundays, and your place is open early. And
Yeah.
I will give you a heads up to make sure that there's someone there for the bar because your girls don't do the bar.
I'm normal. 99.9% of the time.
That's your girl.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
girl right
Yeah,
there.
he's cute.
Yeah, Andy's your girl.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
But yeah, it's fun. Enjoy it.
All right. Well,
So-
golly.
I think we're
So
done.
how, with
What else
that-
you got, Bob?
Nothing. A late start. When did we start?
11:30-ish.
Yeah, we're at almost 2 hours, now.
yeah.
We're almost 2 hours now. So,
But okay, so you got class tonight?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good class.
Well, you should take a
and
nap.
but also, I started my fall term from RCC,
right,
so
right.
I'm.
But how's school going, Mike?
Oh well, yesterday
AI
was
is
the first
doing
day.
great.
Well, you're doing a lot of the photo stuff, and you're doing.
No, I'm doing that now. Fun fact.
Yeah, I want to know about
Fun
this. We
fact.
haven't talked about this.
Fun
We
fact.
haven't had time.
Fun
There's so many
fact.
other conversations.
No, I'm about to launch a new website to do product photos. So,
Oh yeah, I've seen
Product
seen his work.
So
yeah.
check this out. So we're getting ready to build a little product photo booth.
I know a photographer for that.
Really?
Yeah, no, we're gonna. You want to do that as a class project?
No, I don't.
Oh.
But no, I'll check out what
You
you
want to get
got.
paid to
No.
do it as a class project?
No, I don't. But I'll
But one
check
of our
out.
You
things
just
with
cover
our-
his bar tab would be
I don't-
fine.
Yeah, I don't.
One of our things with our marketing is to get a little box that we can just put our drink in there or our food in there and have it in because we set that up sometimes. I have other people that set it up when they do it, but we want to be able to have it just set up all the time. So like, oh, that looks fucking great, and go over, take a picture, put it on social media because we need content
Always
regularly
content.
Yeah.
for social media stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a thought, Mike.
Yeah,
I bet you get credit for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know.
So so I won't get school credit for it.
Mike's extra motivated to do Excel in
Excel,
his
yeah,
classes.
my
He's
new
ready to
thing.
Excel.
No. So tonight I have to watch an hour and 45-minute YouTube video of something that's got subtitles and not in English language. So it's about
You're
to
gonna watch
hit
one of those Japanese
no.
Chinese
It's-
kung
I
fu
think
movies.
it's. I think
Japanese
it's
midget porn.
I think it's. Dude, I would get all. I would fucking. I would jerk off all over that. But no,
I don't have my phone, or
Brought
I'd
to you
be
by
showing.
Steve.
I don't have my phone on me. I'll be showing a midget.
Yeah, so
I got this
but
one of these girls fucking grinding these midgets on the they're dancing on the bar. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I think I sent you that one.
yeah. So anyways,
You see what I'm talking about?
No, I've got-
She bumps her head on the light.
I've got another one that I need to.
I saw that. I was like, oh my
So,
god.
fun
I think I
fact,
said-
you're into fun facts. Have you ever seen a midget in Grants Pass?
Yes.
I have a few that come in.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they
They're
hiding?
they're not midgets. They're just little.
They're little people.
Well,
Short.
they're still midgets.
They're like 3 foot tall. The whole
What? They're-
Really? It's not.
Fabulous.
I don't know if it's geographically a thing or if it's the water or.
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above.
We have.
I mean, you go to Portland. That's where the midget show was.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean,
Well, there's a difference between midgets and little people.
no, there's not. They're all small. I mean,
There's
No, there's-
but they're
Midgets-
their
little
butts
people-
are the same tightness.
No, little people are proportionate from you
From-
take a
yes,
human being
yes.
and you shrink them. You don't wind up with a midget.
Right. You have a dwarf.
Dwarfs are different.
Yeah.
Well,
Dwarf is different.
oh, yeah.
Little person is a little
and
person.
to be and
Dwarf
then to be
is different.
PC about it, you need to find out what they prefer.
because we're
Like, if
always
you look-
PC. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you take like Brad Williams, the comedian.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He
He
is.
kills
dwarf.
it.
He's a midget, I think.
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
I don't
Right.
know, but
Yeah,
what's
he's-
the
he's-
Midgets
difference?
are dwarfs, and little people are little people. Am I correct?
Okay.
Bob,
Okay. Yeah,
Bob,
I don't.
Bob correct.
And I'm saying we are not PC, but
No, but
there's-
my thought is that Brad
it's
boasts
fucking
about.
hilarious.
He's hilarious, and he boasts about.
Maybe we should try to get Brad on the
I
show.
get so many threesomes because everybody wants
Well-
to fuck a midget.
Yeah.
So-
he's got something. That's how he met his wife.
In a threesome?
Yeah.
Really?
There's an app he talks about on one of his specials.
Is she a midget?
No, she's
spoke
normal,
out?
no,
Oh, yeah.
and she's Asian,
Yeah.
and she's
Well, of course
hot.
She is. Of course she is.
Yeah, there was some app that you get on
His
there for
tongue
like
works just as good
threesome.
as yours does.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no.
We know
idea.
how, we know
No
how you got. We
idea,
know how
man.
you got your wife.
Rice is rice.
But Brad's not rice. His wife
No,
apparently is rice.
Yes,
Bob,
his
you
wife-
hang out with these guys.
That's why
yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. She's sitting up there. So anyway, so yeah. So we're at 2
Rice is
hours and
right.
4 minutes.
All right,
So,
so we got you got class
fucking-
tonight. I got to watch the debate
oh,
tonight.
no. Also, I told you we gained 2
Yes,
followers.
yes, we
So
got 2.
I don't know who the fuck they are, but
We should probably look that up sometime.
We can't.
So if
There's no way
anybody's
to look them
listening,
up.
tell your friends, tell your family that that listen to Three Guys and sometimes
comment,
Bob and
comment,
maybe Andy.
Comment.
Yeah, make comments.
Because that will increase our validity on Spotify.
So
and
Michael,
all
I know I'm talking to 4, 5, 6, 8 drink in Michael right now. We need to figure out how we can go live.
Oh no, I know how to do live.
Okay, we should. I mean, that way we can post that on. I think Spotify you can do live.
Yeah.
Or YouTube.
And well, we need to get the video going now.
Right,
So
right. So we need to do some infrastructure. We need to buy some
We
equipment.
need to buy some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just do it, Mike. I'm in.
You good?
There's our sometimes.
By the way,
Andy.
Mike, you owe me $500.
I do. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so-
that's right. You guys are going to Michigan, aren't you?
No,
Well, no, that's
Oh,
beside
this is
the
on a
point.
different.
Oh, you know, we support. There's this great thing. I have a mobile groomer, and she's a fabulous.
Okay.
I
He's got a
hope-
great.
I
He's got
hope
a
this is
great
for your
razor.
dog.
He's got a great razor.
Yes, dude, you
know?
can like shave your own balls.
Yeah. Well,
It's
but-
always nice when somebody else.
That
fondles
is
them.
true. That is
All
true.
I'm sorry.
He's
And
not
Bob,
wrong.
Bob,
He's
Bob
not
agrees
wrong.
with me.
He's not wrong.
I got the thumbs up from Bob.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often, but I
Getting
got
back to
it.
your mobile,
Yeah.
your
So,
mobile
yeah.
dog groomer.
So it's
Mobile
not a
dog
bad
groomer.
thing.
Okay.
Forgive me, mobile dog groomer. But her dad was a veteran, and she does this veterans breakfast. It's fabulous, and she does it once a month. And
Yeah.
so Steam Distillery and Casablanca helped sponsor.
Next time it happens, get a hold of me, and then Cigar Cave will.
Well, you know what?
We'll do it.
I'll talk to you about it because so she has this year paid off.
So she does the monthly, right?
We paid off next year, and so anyway, 500. It's like 200 and something a month. It costs her, so
Okay.
it's like 2,500 a year.
Wow.
So whatever you up to do, just let me know, and
Okay.
I'll talk to her about it.
No, we can.
But she just kind of.
we are veteran owned. I mean,
Yeah, but she's a veteran, and she gets the veterans together, and she's just like, she was in tears when I was talking to her about it because they gave her a big thing. But these guys are getting together that they don't have. It's a commonality thing.
Yeah.
They just some of them don't.
It's a
not
bro-
that
it's
they
a
come
brotherhood.
together
It's a brotherhood.
For,
You're
not like they're
absolutely
coming
right.
together for
It's
the
a
free
brotherhood.
lunch, free
No, it's-
breakfast, but they get to talk to people that are going through the same shit that
Correct.
they're going through.
Correct.
And it's a really good thing. And so
No,
Yeah,
Mike,
it's a
Mike
brother.
agreed to help me out, and we both went in five.
I still owe him $500.
so it was
Whatever.
1,000. But
whatever.
I asked her. I go, well, what do you need for the rest of the year? She goes, well, I need $1,000 to get through 25. I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
go, we got that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
cool.
Yeah, so we're taking care of that.
Okay.
So he's in, but
So next year you guys have got $1,000.
Well, I mean, if you
Still
still
working
want to look at, you only need 1,000 for 25. I mean,
Yeah.
if you guys don't want to do 500, we can split it 3 ways if
Yeah.
you want to go that
Yeah.
route.
yeah, I'll talk to her.
So
about
you're
that.
all about the threesome, is what
Yeah,
you're
we're
saying.
about to-
Keith.
we're about the
What you're
three-way.
saying, yeah, the 3-way.
No, and I truly believe in great. Now, there's some scammy shit out there that I don't like.
This is no scammy shit. All she does is she just goes and pays for the breakfast over at Elmer's. They get together in Elmer's. They take the back room and they just sit there and they all.
It gets old guys together.
Yeah.
And basically, it's
all different ages.
Actually, my father-in-law, who I don't think
he just
was
walked
here,
through, right?
He just got home last week from Honor Flight.
Oh wow! Good.
He got to do the
Really?
Medford to Washington.
Did he
DC.
really? That's an amazing.
And he said every airport when they come home, every airport that they landed in, like Seattle,
Greeted them.
they all lined up. Hundreds of people lined up with American flags.
That's phenomenal.
They had one World War II vet that went on Honor Flight because he had to be World War II, Korean, or Vietnam.
You know?
No, I've been in the DC airport on my way home from doing lobbying shit when they came in and landed, and the plane itself, they had the fire trucks with the fucking water.
Yep.
And it gives and
he did all that.
So I almost got in trouble because as that plane unloaded, which we were all waiting for, so we got delayed, which I didn't give a shit. There was a guy like, who the fuck are these guys? Why are we waiting on them?
Oh, you should punch him right in his fucking mouth.
And I'm like, okay, no, I told him. I said, he's like, do they get like an extra cut in their Social Security? I'm like, okay, first off, dude.
Motherfuckers.
So I told the dude, I was like, you know what? Most of these guys that are here because they did something that most people die doing.
Yeah.
You have no concept.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, well, but still, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
just shut the fuck up for right now, because these fucking 75, 80-year-old guys that are coming in here, getting pushed on a wheelchair, were involved in some bullshit. You have no concept.
Yeah.
You have no fucking concept. I don't have a concept.
Yeah.
The shit they went through, what they shit they
my
saw.
cousin, he's actually my nephew, but he was there and he was on he's on the mortar crew, and they're literally out in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah,
just hanging. I mean, they had full beards and everything because they had no one supporting them.
You had to blend in, yeah.
No, they're out in the middle of
nothing.
They're hiding out there. They're just out in the desert.
So they're going to open that up to Gulf War veterans.
Yeah.
Here soon.
So he's out in Afghanistan, and he's out in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden, the radio comes on. He's like, "Oh, send this to this coordinates." And all of a sudden, they start bombing people in this coordinate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just fucking killing people that they don't even know. Watch his friends get blown up in Humvees. He's fucked up for life.
Correct.
Yep.
And
no,
the
it's
shit that he went through,
it's
I used to spend some time with him, quite a bit.
Well, there's casualties of war, and then there's results of war.
I mean, it's
correct.
The stuff that he saw and had to endure.
Yeah,
just signing up to go. Maybe he went to
live it every day, brother. Live it every day.
Yeah,
absolutely. So. Yeah, no, it's a thing.
Anyways, yeah. So we are in on that. If whatever you guys need, and then we need to figure out our video and our upgraded equipment.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
So, tomorrow we'll bring it up.
You remember tomorrow because he's not going to remember now.
I don't remember 5. I got DUI class tonight, so gotta figure that out. So
yeah, okay. So
anyway, so here we are.
Welcome back, Bob. Welcome, Andy, as the official sponsor of. Now it's
Casablanca is going to provide tacos every week, every Tuesday.
Yeah, can we get something different?
Yeah,
than
whatever
tacos?
You want.
I like the burgers.
Those burrito ones?
Yeah, the burrito ones are great, but
good.
no onions or peppers, man.
Well, now you make
I'm
it
a special bitch. I am a special bitch.
Be like you. Okay, I'm not.
Leave it at that.
Anyways,
anywho.
So Casablanca is now our official every Tuesday food sponsor.
Now we're gonna have Dan make a new banner.
Yeah, no, we will, and we will blow the shit out of this on social media as much as we can.
With the 55 viewers.
Hey, it starts with 1.
No, but the thing is I have
started
looked
with
at
4. The ones that were doing it.
Yes, but what I've seen though is that we've gained 2.
Just think if we were on video.
2 followers a week.
We'll get like
2 weeks.
3 followers.
No, but what I'm
Video's gotta
looking
be-
at.
It's got to be it. We just set the camera right up there.
Well, no, no.
Well, we got to build our studio.
No,
in
my
the corner.
my thing is I'm gonna build a thing with a freaking thing, and it's gonna have cameras on everybody.
on the thing.
And then it switches, and I'm working on that. So Daddy's got that handled, bro. Daddy's got that handled.
The fact he calls himself daddy.
No. You call me
dropped,
Daddy.
I dropped a daddy at the golf course at a golf tournament. There was some gal, and she was being flirty and everything. I'm like, don't worry, Daddy will take care of it. I'm like, oh shit, Michael's here.
Told
You know, hey, you know
you are
what?
who you hang around with.
I can't hear you.
I said you are who you hang around with.
Well, no, and realistically, Daddy takes care of things.
Daddy takes care. So,
Daddy is what you identify as Daddy. So,
all right.
thank
On
you.
that
So
note,
anyways, on that
thank
note,
you-
we're done.
Thank you to for
Bob to show up
Yeah,
again.
and best of
And-
luck to Roy on his adventures. Andy, welcome.
Andy's the official now. Nothing but food on Tuesdays. So
Food Tuesday and
yeah.
Michael and then Michael and myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. Bam.
Bam.
And have a good one.